Daniel is coming. He is taking a test, so we'll be here when he can.
Yes.
He
Not
said
a
it should
long
be a
test.
short test, so
Yeah.
should be
Perfect. Shouldn't be too long, but it'll be a bit. Call this long-haired hippie corner. Yeah, and Daniel.
And Daniel.
Foreigners. The foreigners. Yeah.
For those of you watching the stream, or watching this stream in the future, there's an announcement to be made that we had 2 players here in our midst who have
Conflagrated.
rings on their fingers.
Jacob and Daniel.
No.
They do. Jacob and Daniel do.
Yeah. Chris and
Yeah.
Emily show off
Oh,
your
yeah,
finger, if
Daniel
you
has
will.
Where's the camera?
Camera, yay!
She be engaged. Who's the lucky man?
Yeah, Emily.
Who is?
It's Chris.
Yay!
That's Chris right there.
That's my name.
That's him.
Chris.
Commander.
They're gonna get married, and for those of you
Let me see.
watching that are role playing fans, they did meet, I believe, in a
We
D&D
did.
session.
We
So
met in a D&D group.
then they reconnected, I think, in this Starfinder.
Yeah.
This Starfinder campaign that you're watching is what reconnected these two, and then they started dating, and then now
Because of
they're
a direct
they're-
result.
direct result.
So role playing.
So role playing.
Do it.
The key to success.
So key to
all
success.
you single men out there.
Start
D&D. You just gotta get the females to it.
Yeah, they like it once they show up.
I was actually one of the founding members of that.
You were one of the
D&D
founding
group.
members.
I said,
Yeah, I was.
Hey Tyler, we should play
I
D&D.
wasn't counting you.
No. Which they do like it once they do it. We did a one-shot 5e session over Halloween, and that was
Oh yeah. we did.
enjoyable.
That was fun.
My wife even
Great.
liked it, which
Yeah.
was
She did?
How much did you try to use this?
Oh, it was for Dan.
I made one line of it.
Do you need a pen?
No.
Anyway.
Okay, so
last time-
last time, and even backing up more than last time, 'cause last time was mostly a shopping spree. They sort of
True,
explored
except I
Fogtown.
adopted a child almost.
Yeah, can I get a
I think
Yes.
we just gotta
Recap.
file papers and then it's official.
I
Yeah.
think
How does that work in this world?
so just
You will have to explore and find out.
All right.
so if I remember, last thing I remember, Jestern was going to meet up with Beetlejuice, and we just had like a showdown with a bunch of fire and ice and acid breathing humans.
Yeah, basically, so not to take everyone back too far. So after that fight, we then went
One session
through.
in between that, right?
Yeah, one session. We
Yeah.
basically had a shopping session. We met a few of the locals. We went to like what's his name? What's the bionic man?
Darce.
Darce. We went to Darce's tattoo
He's
parlor.
great.
It's not a tattoo parlor.
It's
It's a
cybernetic
it's a
enhancement.
cybernetic enhancement place.
Did you get something?
And
No, I ain't getting anything. I'm
and
coming out of
organic.
cash. I'm already perfect.
Juan
We,
got something though.
Juan did get
Juan
something.
has gills
Juan
now.
has gills.
Juan has
How much
gills.
was that?
It was like 200 or something.
Wait,
Not even that. It was super cheap.
Beetlejuice can augment himself?
I mean,
You
if
can.
he was here.
Some
it'd
of
be
them are
clever.
expensive, some of them are not.
Yeah,
Depending
they
on what you want done.
Greatly
Yeah.
range in
Great range of
prices.
pricing.
Gills is
And
super cheap.
abilities.
Like 95.
Gills are cheap though.
Yeah.
How much do they do? Or what do they do?
Allows
Make
to
you leave
breathe
underground?
Yep.
Like
So,
the
anyways,
surface
so
in
there was a lot of commotion that happened, but really, where we're picking up here is that they know that this next morning, so there will be one night's rest, that we'll have Chris lead the players through. And so there will be one night's rest before the next episode of Surviving the Pact Worlds, which is episode 2. If we remember back, it's been a few sessions, but our first episode of Surviving the Pact Worlds began with finding the flesh of a Kasarek. That was their do or die. Now, they successfully got the flesh of the Kasarek, sending them to the Glory Games, where they got a chance to earn points, where they did earn some points. They're in 3rd place currently in the TV show of the 10 teams. Or now 8 teams, because one team was lost on Castorville after looking for the Kasarek, and the other team was the 5 androids were eliminated at the end of episode 1.
Who won that game?
The winners of that game were the Sheeran. They scored the most points for the Glory game there. There was
You're part of Alpha 6.
You know, represent your race.
That's like saying that the best team did well.
You would have been proud.
It's just assumed.
That's neither here nor there.
Let's not make this about me.
Everything's about you.
Only when I want.
So they are now beginning episode 2, where Kafuzi has given them a little bit of fair warning that they will be playing a game called Bruderis. Now, yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so they will be playing a game called Bruderis.
With who?
With who? For episode 2 of Surviving the Pact Worlds.
Who am I?
You are Beetlejuice. You're back. Unless you want to play
when did
Justin.
Beetlejuice get back?
So Beetlejuice was taken away in the Veskarium, or not the Veskarium, by a Vesk, who is the director of Surviving the Pact Worlds.
During the raid of Abador Court.
During the raid of Abador Court.
Strong word.
That was sort of his escape there. And the group has been told since then that he experienced a level of kidnapping from the terrorist group Next Step.
Did he have anything unnatural done to him?
There's nothing unnatural. Beetlejuice, you do know that you went through torture to fair degrees of torture here.
I went through torture?
You went through torture.
Mind over matter?
Mind over matter. But you have been basically coming back. Jester went and met you as you were trying to find the group. He went and found you because of that GPS tracker that Toe planted on you a few sessions back.
I didn't think that would come in handy.
Yep. So Jester was able to find you. You don't know anything about Next Step. You know that Next Step are the people who had you. You were able to get that name, but then you were able to escape from there. You don't know why they took you. They were just asking a lot of questions about Toe, most of which you didn't know the answers to, because you really don't know much about Toe.
So I'm okay.
What you don't know,
But
you can't tell.
But they told they asked many questions regarding Toe and his import of weapons to Absalom Station.
So I got kidnapped from the Vesk?
No, like did the Vesk?
The Vesk dropped you off on Absalom Station, and you were very soon after kidnapped.
Oh, dang.
So the Vesk wasn't actually with you when you were kidnapped at all. You'd already been. He took you straight back to Absalom Station.
He was there metaphorically.
That's interesting. Does anybody have a player book with you?
Yep. Got it right here for you.
Well,
All right, let's go
it's
to
good to be
Master Plan.
back. Do I have some kind of bad A scar?
Yes. You do have a bad A scar. Do you want it on your face?
Yes.
Yes, it's
No.
straight. It's so they
Wouldn't that just be wounds
They
now?
started
That hasn't been
tor-
long enough
the
to
first
stop?
way they tortured you, after you wouldn't give answers and they were
In 3 days.
pretty
yeah,
certain
so-
that you had them, they were threatening to pluck out your right eye. And to replace it, in which a cybernetic augmentation that that even one of them had. And so they started cutting into your carapace, your exterior there, and so your right eye there is quite scarred on your outer.
Wait, so he almost got a free upgrade?
No, it may not have been a good idea.
Yeah, it's like the
He
A.
said one of them has it.
She's like unfair. And that was part of the torture before.
No, that's how
before
the
they,
torture. They charge you without your consent.
and that was, the only thing that seemed to stop them was that they a Kasatha burst through the room, declaring that he needed medical attention, and they left the room in which you were able to make your escape.
Oh, dang. I bet it was pretty epic, boys.
But yeah, so now though we have woken up the next morning. Chris, if you'd like to walk people through a rest, they've slept for the night.
Yeah, basically, you're going to regain, I think it's your level and resolve points. It should put most people all the way back up.
But not to exceed our original.
Not to exceed your max. And then your health points are going to go up by your level plus your con, I believe.
That sounds right.
Unless someone wants to do a medicine check, but then they cannot gain the benefits of the long rest.
I'll do a medicine check on you guys.
Okay, cool. If you beat a 15, I think he'll double.
So he doesn't get. So you might get a benefit, but he doesn't get to rest either way, whether he succeeds or fails on the medicine
I
check.
probably should check. But yes, I believe so.
Dude, I am
Doing
all
the
over
speed
that
version.
We won't be using spells today, so you don't need to worry about that
At all.
side of leveling up.
Ron, did you get me that club? The.
Oh, I never gave it to you. I still have it.
I mean, just curious.
Was there, did you purchase her a club? Is that?
No,
that
it was
No,
a
that
throwing
was-
with his gun.
Yeah, it was a throw.
Oh, right, the throwing with the gun, which you did end up purchasing, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did purchase.
Perfect.
I did purchase.
Everybody has so much fun.
I didn't buy anything.
Beetlejuice got tortured while we were shopping.
What the heck? And you guys do not seem concerned.
Well, that's because at the beginning of our session, we got a thing that said you were now okay.
Yep,
That's
you talked to
true.
them on the comms after commander or after the vest.
What?
You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
the kidnapper's got a gun to your head.
We didn't say anything.
Yep.
We don't even know you went through anything.
No, we don't know what you
You were
went
just
through.
like, oh, life is good. Well, oh, sweet.
All right.
You
Beetlejuice
have a
running
club.
off on his own again.
Somebody got asked me about my scar.
Someone's got.
Your scar. Your 2-day-old scar.
I healed it, okay?
Meanwhile, while the research here is being done exactly on that long rest, so you guys have woken up the next morning in Absalom Station, very similar to the glory game of episode 1. You've been told to head to the docks of Fogtown, where you're going to get onto the Surviving the Pact Worlds crazy large starship, where they will transport you to the episode 2 location. As you all head onto the docks, you step on. You see a lot of familiar faces heading onto the ship. You see Chad and Bubba, the Skittermander by his side. Yep, Bubbles is his
Is
full
Chad a
name.
human?
Chad is human,
Chad
yeah.
is.
And as they go on, he's greeting people. He's learning everyone's names. He's having a great time. You see a lot of versatility. You see almost all of the main races that you would expect to find in the Pact Worlds here. And if you look hard enough, you would find them all. We see a large number, including Alpha 6 himself, your party, a large number of Yosoki. A lot of Yosoki, and you do remember from episode 1 there was a team of 22 Yosoki after you counted.
Is
That
that
that did not make it into the glory games. They seemed to fail to get the flesh of the Kasarek, but in the fight for scraps to not get voted off, they were able to gain their immunity
there's
by
not
winning.
there's not
by
like a
winning that
team
battle.
limit.
There's not a team limit for the TV show as a whole. However, Kafusi approaches you as you ask such a question and says, "Well, luckily today, this sport is teams of 5. So the only one getting the short end of the stick is Chad."
Chad.
Just an interruption, since I've gained great vast knowledges of medicine checks. So you guys use a basic med kit, so the DC is a 25.
Okay.
If you get it, you can apply it to one person every 24 hours. It can be applied, so it doesn't have to be done during the long rest.
Who does this?
Someone who
Has
has
a med kit, so
medicine.
Oh, who's trained in medicine?
Yeah, and have a med kit.
Yeah.
Mm,
And have
how do you know if you have a med kit?
You
You
would have
have
bought
it in your
one.
supplies.
You're being
Nobody
tortured.
told me that.
Anyways, a person can only receive it once, though. So
Once
and-
every 24 hours.
once every 24 hours, and you basically heal them for an amount
Wait,
equal
can you heal more than one
Spencer,
person
if
in
you want
24
to
hours?
Yes.
use your credits to purchase yourself a med kit, so you can do that, you can.
Yeah. by this
You
ability.
can also heal people.
Basically, what it is that you want. So if you exceed it by 5 or more, you also add your intelligence modifier to the amount healed.
Well, I didn't exceed my 5 more. 29.
29.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
close.
I heal. So that
I
just
just
would have
needed to
healed
add
me
20.
3, and then I slept and I healed another 3. So total 6.
So total 6.
Yeah, that is a lot of work for 3 points.
Yep. Well, I mean, if you
Yeah.
beat it, you get to add your intelligence modifier. So that would be. I mean, if you did that, that'd
That'd
be
be
6.
six, okay.
If I did it, that'd be like 0.
That'd be fine.
Maybe
Anyway,
not
so-
rather than healing.
Okay.
That's,
So if you guys want
that's
to go
how
ahead and
it
take care of
works.
the healing real
Okay,
quick.
yes. So then,
Okay.
what do we get for a long rest again?
You get your level, so you get 3 health points back.
Okay.
And full stamina.
Yes. And then I'm trying to see.
Oh, wait, we get full stamina?
Yeah, you get
Full
full, stamina,
stamina.
back, 3 hit points, and 3 resolve points. Or 3 hit points plus your constitution,
Okay, I'm back at full health then.
and 3
I'm-
resolve
No,
points.
you do not
No?
gain anything from your constitution.
So it's just flat 3 then.
Which is lame.
You
I
done
like
with that?
Yes.
But I mean, the DM can rule otherwise.
Nope. That's long
I'm
rest.
just saying. I'm just saying.
I would have to research it more. If I
Though
wanted to
someone
start
else
adjusting
could
stuff.
apply it. Like, does someone else need to heal?
I'm assuming I'm at
don't know.
full.
You don't need to heal. Did you use a bunch of healing serums?
I just used one healing serum. I got like max rolls.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, you're full health. One because I don't want to.
So I'm the only injured one?
You
You
don't
didn't
want to
jump out of the
still
plane
injured.
But,
to another plane.
So you've spent after
That's
the
not my
torture
adventure.
and while they were
Adventure
chopping
because
and
of the
things, you had a
fight.
nice lengthy walk back.
I
with the
healed
gesture
from the
where you
plane.
took this meditation time.
Like I was like
But,
2 health.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take care of
I'm
your leveling
mystic
there.
All right.
myself.
Okay, so Kafusi is gonna say, okay, so now I told you I'm you're playing Bruderis, if you remember, yes.
I mean,
And
what? We didn't know we were playing
yes, good job. It's okay. We're day of now.
So
All is well.
previously,
Now I want. Have any of you ever played Bruderis before?
Has any of us played Bruderis before?
Bruderis.
Right.
I don't think so.
Me
You.
and my siblings used to play it.
No way.
Probably true.
It's probably true.
You have never
It's
played
true.
Bruderis, but I know someone who has.
It's
Can you hand me my dice?
probably.
I mean, I personally never played Bruderis. Bruderis?
Bruderis, yeah.
Bruderis.
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 Brutus the third.
Bruderis. Yes, Bruderis. I've never played Bruderis, but
Are they there for Bruderis or are they there for something else? The person we're talking about.
He's not there, but you could call. That's what, yeah.
no, yeah, I've never played it, but I know somebody who does.
Well, basically, the main goal here, and if if he's experienced in Brooders, I've never played myself, so I can't talk much on strategy. But the main goal is that each, if you could put these where you remember they go, each team has a pylon. The pylon here is a statue that represents the Bruderis ball, a circular statue. That your goal is to break the enemy pylon. If you break the enemy pylon, you win. It's that easy, yes. But the ball can pick up speed. As you hit the ball, it will pick up speed. The higher its speed, the more damage it will deal to the pylon. Sadly, from what I've seen of Bruderis, it also can deal its fair share of damage to the players if they get in its way without being able to handle it successfully.
So
It's a ball.
that bounces around.
It's a ball that bounces around. Yes, that you'll hit, and you'll try to hit it into the enemy pylon.
And if it hits you,
It hurts.
good point.
Unless you're able to hit it yourself. Then, if it comes to hit you and you hit it back towards whatever direction you wish, then no problems there. I will warn though, this game there's many different rules to this game. I don't know exactly what I'm sure the broadcaster will explain sort of the rules on this TV show. They tend to like some action on here, and this game can be played in many different ways as far as brutality goes. But combat is hitting, pushing, grabbing, all of that is accepted as long as the person is holding the ball. You may grab anyone on the field, but I know for a fact you're able to punch or fully attack anyone who is holding the Bruderis ball.
Oh.
Who's holding the ball?
Who's holding?
Who's holding the ball? Yes. As far as grabbing, you can hold people back as much as you'd wish if you were able to do so. But as far as whoever's holding the ball, you may try to knock it out of their hands.
Is it like a light ball or a heavy ball? Can you kick it? Can you throw it?
You kick it, throw it, hit it, however you'd like. However, throwing it, I will warn, the ball has a certain level of gravity with the ground. As soon as it leaves that specific plane or level, its momentum goes down and is unable to deal damage. But you may throw it if you wish for travel.
That's cool.
Is magic off limits?
And he's gonna take a second on his comms. Just one, as far as the use of magic, magic is not allowed.
That's fair.
Don't get caught.
For those who
Oh,
are
sorry,
watching,
sorry.
for those watching the stream, Kafuzi just winked.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think my face was off.
Yeah, wink, wink,
Kafuzi
did
winked.
nod. I was gonna see if I could play as gesturing, but now with that wink in mind,
You definitely can play as Justin if you'd like. Just
tag team.
Do individual players are ejected or are teams disqualified?
Ooh, good question.
disqualified?
Where it's like
Yes, if
yeah,
you
loser.
break a rule
If you break a rule, your pylon takes 1 damage.
How many damage does a pylon take?
15.
15. Oh, what? You really knew that.
Yeah, we took it really serious in my family, and everything was up to national standards.
Oh, wow. You guys are really, really up to your game. You should be
So,
really good at this.
while I would,
You'd think
recommend winning so we can make it to the glory game, I would definitely not recommend taking damage to the pylon. We want to win, yes? We'll win, but Bruderis is a brutal game. People cheat all the time. It's not like anyone's going to get disqualified for cheating. Just a slight penalty to discourage.
What's the penalty?
1 health to the pylon.
1 damage to the pylon.
Death.
Our pylon takes damage every time we cheat.
If every time we get caught cheating.
Yes.
How
Now,
many
Yeah.
health does the
15.
pylon have?
15.
15.
Whoa,
Health units.
reading books.
He's a professor. For those of you watching. But yes. Now let me introduce you to. Let me introduce you to the team that you will be competing against to see who goes to the glory game and who goes to the fight for scraps.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Right here we have Alpha 10, and he's going to wave over a human, a large sort of heavy-set human man is sort of going to walk over. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going against Alpha 6. Oh, that should be all right. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant no
Spittle
disrespect.
flies from Commander Cash's mouth.
A group of 6 follows behind them.
Are they all
Humans?
humans?
No, there's 1 human, a female human. There's 2 android. You're unable to tell its gender off first glance. 2 more heavy-set Lashunta, and Yosoki.
When you say heavy set, do you mean fatter or
No,
light?
sorry. The man who you would assume is the director, similar to Kafusi for the team, is heavy set like fatter. But the 2 Lashunta seem quite muscular.
They're jacked.
1 male and 1 female.
Wow.
I take that back.
Those Lashunta are yoked.
Yoked.
Yoked. Am I using that word right?
That's a scientific word.
I've heard some kids use it.
And they all seem none of them seem to be smiling. They seem to be quite
that doesn't mean
stressed
I made it
actually.
in words.
As you look, they seem to be quite. I don't. You remember seeing them. You didn't notice them that much. They didn't get a lot of screen time, but they were in the fight for scraps in the last battle. Obviously, you guys were in the glory game and you didn't compete against them. So they were in the fight for scraps in the last round, and they don't seem super excited. Even the director doesn't seem very excited about going into episode 2 here.
Like
They
they're
know.
Well,
discouraged, or they're like
Chip her up,
that they have to
you
do it.
Inside check.
people. You people.
What do you mean by you people?
Beetlejuice. Oh, down.
Where's the insight?
There, it's sense mode.
Hey, Spencer.
You have
wanna play
a
Jester?
+1.
Well, I just failed that
So
check.
She got a
Jester
2.
will do well.
I know.
What the heck?
I know, but
cannot
the
tell how they are feeling.
Overlord also seems very tempting.
Totally
I was
up to
distracted
you.
by the Lashinti's muscles.
Okay, did you do an insight check?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, I got a 2.
2. Yeah, they just don't seem to be smiling, so you're not really convinced.
I'll insight check that. You know.
What are
working
you
for
insight checking?
Those people who just walked by.
So yeah, sense motive. Yeah.
Sorry, sense motive.
So what are you trying to? What are you? She had a very specific thing she was trying to.
I was just trying to figure out why they think we're pushovers.
Okay, go for it.
Do they think they're pushovers?
What is that? A
It's a
9?
9.
9.
Hold up.
No. He's got to add his.
Okay.
What is it? Sense motive?
Yeah.
Sense motive.
Multiplier.
18.
Golly.
Okay, so you're able to tell they don't even necessarily think you're pushovers, but you see them sort of eyeing other groups, and they seem less relieved that they're against you, and more relieved that they're not against per se the 22 Yosoki that they're looking at to the
So
side.
they face 5 out of
Who
5.
and they seem to be quite chipper talking about Bruderis, as most Yosoki are from Akiton, the planet that we're about to head to.
Okay.
Well,
But yeah, so it doesn't seem to be a diss towards you. You don't, as you sort of read them, you realize that you're not necessarily even offended. It's just that some of these other people seem quite menacing to them, and they're just
Ooh.
glad they're not against.
Can I do a sense motive really quick? Again, to see if they are intimidated by Beetlejuice.
Yes, you can.
Just by your physical stature.
Yeah, whether they think I'm a competitor. That's gonna be a 23.
Yeah, they're not very intimidated. You didn't get much screen time, in the last episode. A lot of it was Commander Cash and Daisy with the tossing. You remember, along with you weren't actually Beetlejuice wasn't present for episode 1,
That's
so
true.
they don't know who you are.
That's true.
I just remembered. Yeah, they don't.
Except
They don't.
for when-
They're not intimidated by you at all.
Except for when you were fighting the Kasafa. Not Kasafa. The
Because well, when
Yeah.
you were walking by the
When you were
Kasar.
walking
Yeah,
by the
everybody
Kasar.
thought I didn't do anything because it was all
You walked
psychic.
by the Kasar.
And Daisy
And then you
didn't-
had a moment with the Kasar.
a moment. That's right. We nodded at each other. I feel like he's a plant. Well, anyways, I'm gonna
You
hop.
Still all have that Kasari
I'm gonna hop on my
Yeah,
comms.
what were you supposed to do?
I'm gonna say, Jester, tag team. After Beetlejuice realizes that people aren't very intimidated by a scholarly Sheeran.
With a sweet scar on his eye.
Yeah, it's true.
Nice scar.
Thank you. You know, nobody in my party even asked about that.
Yeah, well, I'm in your party.
Oh, I mean, you sounded like somebody different for a second. I was like, who is this guy? His voice was much higher. They're like, do Vets go through like a second puberty or something?
Beetlejuice
I
crashes-
just leave.
Yeah, I need to like do
Right
some
from
medicine
the-
checking on you to see if you've got a concussion.
Girl, I'm a healer.
There seems to be some
I do it all myself.
cognitive
You wanted
deficits that may have occurred.
Oh, I just realized that.
That's funny. Can I have my
Um,
glass back?
Beetlejuice just like does the secret handshake that he made up with Jester.
Yeah. Hey, a ring starts to come from a zip, 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 zip.
What's ringing?
That's me. Sorry. I'll be a bit.
Hey, Dad! Dad!
Hey,
I saw you playing
Bill?
Bruderis today!
Yeah. Wow. Word gets around.
Well, yeah, there's been trailers all week for this. I just saw it just now.
I've been watching them on repeat, trying to analyze my different angles.
They say you're going to the Shears to play.
So that's
Yes.
fine.
Apparently we are. I didn't heard the
You can do a
location.
culture check if you'd like, yeah.
Yes,
And
I
you
would
guys
love
haven't
to.
heard the location, but he's like, according to the trailer, you guys are going to the Shears to play this game. That's so sick. I went there once. Oh, I couldn't handle it.
Nah.
31, tell me anything?
31. The Shears is a location on Akiton. It's a fighting training. It's a school for fighters. They train people for gladiator pits, which sort of are all across the big cities of Akiton. There's lots of gladiator pits and arenas for different sports. And this is a fighting school that specifically trains teams that they take to gladiator tournaments. But you would know that because they have these very legit arenas. It's one of the most prestigious fighting. One of the most prestigious arenas you could find in all of the Pact Worlds. They do rent out their arenas and stadiums for different events as needed. And you'd be like, oh, yeah, man, they said you're going to the Shears. Oh, man,
Oh,
that's going to
yeah.
be crazy.
Oh, it's gonna be insane. I'm really excited for it. I mean, Shears, top notch. I'm sure you know all about them with your background in sports and stuff.
Yeah. So I know you've watched a few of my games, but Bruderis, do you know what you're getting yourself into?
Not really. I was actually gonna give you a call, and is it bad? Are we gonna die?
No. They don't allow anything lethal. They won't kill you. You might get knocked unconscious or something.
Okay,
But
that's
you'll be
cool.
all right.
That's happened before. It'll
Yeah.
happen again.
I'll just tell you, watch out for the wall. Don't let them make the wall at the beginning.
Wait, which wall?
The wall right at the beginning. They
Like
like to fill the narrows with the wall, so the balls gets forced to your side of the field.
Oh.
If you would like, so
Dangerous?
confused, go, oh, the narrows. That thin part in the middle, we call that the narrows.
It's here, right here, which you can see
And-
with the reflective tape.
Imagine an hourglass. Wait, can I
That's
actually
exactly
see
how I describe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can kind of see it. So we're
Yeah.
gonna try and adjust it when the game actually starts.
Yeah. And so, so just watch out for the other team right as the ball drops, and you race for the ball. The other team might try to make a wall right there at the narrows to force the ball to your pylon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes sense. How's school going?
School. Oh man, the sports is going good.
That's good. I mean, that's good too because you're there. That's part of.
That's why I'm there. That's where the money's. I'm not wasting any
But-
money. As long as I do well in sports, they'll keep paying for me. I promise.
That's good, but I mean, you gotta have a backup plan in case that doesn't work out.
Yeah,
Not everybody can be, John Twan.
Well, you're the one who told me I wasn't like everybody else. You know me,
You
Dad.
can go
I'm gonna be
far,
playing
but
for
it's
the
always
Versailles.
nice to have a plan?
I'm gonna be playing for the Versailles Vylons.
Oh, really? Versailles Vylons?
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. They're scouting me out.
Who are you talking
Are
to?
they? It's Phil.
Who's Phil?
Oh, Phil.
Oh, who was that? Was that Commander Cash? I saw him in
That
episode
was
1.
Commander.
Was that my
Cash.
name?
Yes, you have really good ears, guys.
Oh, by the way, I want to buy the ring that allows me to hear my name whenever it's spoken within like 200
Have you bought
feet.
that yet? Or okay, noted. Noted.
That's
I
a
gotta buy it.
picture perfect.
I can pick
item
like
for you.
5 words.
And he gets to hear every
Commander
sentence.
Cash.
And I just hear them.
So
But
does
yeah.
it, like, would Commander Cash count as one word or
But
two?
I would definitely
I think
I would definitely recommend you don't spend too much time tossing the ball around.
All of it.
I would definitely try to build up some speed on the ball. Man, if you got anyone strong on your team, I bet you could even one-shot that pylon on a good hit.
Yeah, I mean, we have the Commander Cash. He's a vest. I mean, he can definitely get a ball rolling.
Yes,
I
would
have
give-
a vest, and I'm sure I could get a ball rolling. Yes.
That's just my tip to you. Just don't worry too much about tossing the ball around. You never break a pylon tossing a ball.
It's true. I mean, it doesn't do much damage when you toss it, or no damage. Okay,
No
so
damage at
rolling.
all.
Watch out for walls.
Yeah, less of a roll. It's more of a flying
You
through the air.
should
Like,
talking to Phil.
so the ball
Yeah.
will actually be levitating a couple feet off the ground due to the field. They have a gravitational pull that keeps the ball level with the ground, about 3 feet
yeah,
up.
Yeah. 3 feet up. Okay, that's a sweet spot. Got it.
I mean,
Wait, that's head level.
Okay.
Makes sense why it'll hit your heart.
wait, how tall?
Just dodge really good.
About
Dave.
three
Just turns about 4 feet.
How tall are you guys?
I am.
I'm small, but I think we decided that, like,
It's like between 3 and 4 feet, I believe.
yeah.
I'm
and
on the
Nate's is
shorter
on the
end of
shorter
3
end.
feet.
I'm 7 foot.
Dude, you should just throw us. We're all small.
Wait, aren't you like 7? Wait, you're like 6 feet.
Dude,
No.
Beetlejuice tapped out.
I'm like
Just
3
Oh, it's
too.
just
He's gonna. Nobody knows what Beetlejuice does, but you can use him as a secret weapon one day. And
Okay.
he's not very athletic. So.
Do you have any other tips?
I mean, I could go on and on about it, but if you haven't played before, I don't want to confuse you. That's just the 2 things I'd focus on.
I
Okay,
can,
yeah, definitely will. And get your grades up.
Those-
Sounds like
I
you're
didn't
not
even tell you
doing
what my
so-
grades were.
Well, it sounds like you're focusing a lot on sports, which is
That's-
good.
that's like half my
It's
classes,
good.
Dad.
It's good.
Who,
Oh, okay.
who is that?
Yes.
Sorry, Cash keeps
They
interrupting.
said it was Phil.
Do
you remember Phil?
I don't know who
You're
Phil
doing-
is.
Okay,
He was
I
the
need-
security
when is your
guy at
next
Avalon Corps.
Match.
My next match.
Why are you talking to Phil?
That's what I was thinking.
Wait, the one that
That's
that
it. My
Cindy
next
almost
match.
split his
I've got
throat?
another match in about
No,
3
no.
days, actually.
Wait, what?
3 days. Okay, yeah. I'll have to tune in and watch.
Cindy was
Yeah.
telling me that she
Send me
almost
what
split
channel you'll be
someone's
on.
throat.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever it is.
She needs to be
Absolutely.
controlled.
I think we might
This
need
is
to
what
be
happens
getting
when
going.
we
But
separate.
Phil,
Phil was that
Always wondered
security
what
guy.
was
Yeah,
I
and
was
remember,
in the
Dad,
room with me and
don't let the
Beetlejuice.
enemies break your pylon. Keep your pylons up.
Yes.
See you later.
Pylons out. Love you.
Bye.
You love
Phil.
Phil now?
Phil the security.
No, not that Phil.
Oh, you better clarify.
Well, I was on the phone. If you couldn't tell, I was talking to my son.
Oh.
Oh, your son.
Your
Yeah.
son is Phil?
Grades
My
don't
son's
matter.
name is Phil. They do.
I never did well in school. Look
Did
at me.
you? Did you go to school?
Yeah.
Well, I had tutors.
Each one. Make sure he
They're
stays
very
in school.
nice.
That's what I was
Brought
saying.
treats
I mean,
every
Oh, I didn't
week.
finish school. Look at me now.
Yep.
I was almost killed by my mate.
Commander Cash.
did you ever go to school? Do they have?
Do they have?
Oh,
No,
Yes.
I don't go to school either.
Savages.
Okay.
Cindy went
I
to
know
school.
it's just not a common thing.
And then
to
Kafuzi-
see catch
Kafuzi's
games.
gonna say, "Hey guys, I just heard the most amazing thing. We have a company. What is DOS? DOS. They decided they're gonna sponsor us with our videos that we
DOS?
have.
Das.
They've
DOS.
sent
My
us-
man Das.
They
He
they
does
they
good
sent
work.
us. They've sent us. They sent us these bats. So normally in Bruderis, some of the players have these bats. They call them the Bruderis sticks. They're just usually called Bruderis. This is the name of the stick there. And these bats, they've sent us one for each member of the team if we'd like to use them. Oh, a couple of you, I imagine, might do better just hitting it with your hands. But
I'll take a bit.
Oh
So-
yeah, I will.
He's
so
always
just for
mechanically what that
mechanically, what the bat is doing is it's going to give you a +3 to hit on when you're swinging at the ball. When you're swinging at the ball, you'll get a +3 to hit. Then when you hit the ball, it'll be a D4 of damage +2
Oh, I see.
plus your strength. So the bat's
Is it an
basically
additional +3, or it replaces whatever you would normally have to a +3?
additional +3.
So I would be able to hit on a
You would be more likely to hit, but you would not deal as much
but I
damage.
would lose half my damage.
You would lose half your damage.
What was the damage again? It was plus
You,
3?
everyone,
Oh,
and with
so
the bats
big.
come a sheath, and you can carry the
'Cause I
bat.
can deal up to like 11 damage.
You can carry the bat with you without actually having the bat out as well. So is that
So it was +3 to hit, and then what else?
+2 to
I'll
damage.
take the bat.
And you'll
if I
also
need it.
get to add your strength when you hit. So it's a D4 +2 with damage plus your strength.
What?
a D4 +2 plus your strength.
Plus your strength.
D4.
Oh, that's
See?
barely worse than mine.
Is that barely worse?
Really?
We
Okay.
got some things from our last time that we were
I
playing
lose 2
games,
damage,
and
but
we
I have
never
a chance to
actually
go up,
saw
so I
what
lose
they
1
were.
damage.
D4
What was that?
plus
When we were
Plus
doing the
2
balloons, we
for
got
some reason.
items.
Yeah.
But we never
Plus
got
your strength.
Oh yes. That one that's for the glory game or the fight for scraps. That's for the next round of episode 2. Yes, those items that you acquired in the glory game
Thank you.
will be for the second half. Yeah, not for Bruderis. Bruderis has no weapons, just fair warning there, except these bats that are built for the balls, so they work well with the balls here.
So it's a +3
Plus
additional
3
to
to
hit,
hit.
and then it does a D4 +2 plus your strength.
A D4 +2 plus your strength. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's definitely better. I only
So
lose
you
1
said
damage.
D4 +2 plus strength.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, a D4
I'm
+2 plus strength. And then +3 to hit. And he says, so Doss sent us these bats that are meant for this game that I don't think the other teams are going to have unless they also have sponsored. But Alpha 10, the team we're against, they were in the fight for scraps, so they've got 0 points, I'm sure. They have no sponsorship. Oh, I can't believe we got sponsored so quickly.
My boy Gosh.
And then he's going to say, well, are we ready? Are we ready to go in?
Heck yeah.
Yep,
Let's do
let's
it.
go.
Okay.
You know,
Where
Or
is
then-
Cindy?
Orange juice is got your life.
Cindy is with you. She's still on the quiet side since that fight in the bar. But she's sticking with you.
She's just shaking.
And then do you have my phone, Chris? Sorry, I just
No.
oh no, you had it for a second. Sorry. So the starship after a little bit of wait, you have some time. Some basically some downtime, but this starship does have drift technology, so you arrive at Akiton quite quickly. And as you near Akiton, you're able to look out the huge windows of the starship, and you can see, you see just vast space, which every time you see it, obviously, it's just sort of amazing to see all the black space. But in the distance, you do see a quite red planet, and as you draw closer, on this red planet, you'll notice many craters. You can tell there are buildings on the planet, but mostly it's almost like looking at fields out of a window. The buildings aren't super prominent from afar. They all seem lower to the ground. They all seem smaller. It's more just a coloration change where the buildings are. But really, but you don't see any blue on the planet. You don't see any amounts of water. You don't see any mass water forms at all. But many craters, and really the planet's just this orangish red.
It's like a Mars.
Yeah, sort of looking like a Mars here. And then as you draw close, you sweep in and you see you near an area where you actually, as you draw closer, you see pockets and pockets. There seems to be tons of arenas around, but the one you guys are approaching is at least double the size of any of the others. The field is a similar size, but the actual stadium is gargantuan. And you would remember this from the Shears. This seems to be their main stadium where they do many of their gladiator fights. But as you draw close, it doesn't look like you would recognize. It doesn't look like a gladiator pit because it's not a perfect circle. It is more of an hourglass shape. Where you're going to see crowds. There's crowds on the field, and as the starship starts to land right in the middle of the field here, all the crowds will disperse, and it will lower, and they'll say, "Make your entrance." An android will say that to you. Make your entrance.
Let's just do this. And I flare my cape, and I go.
And he goes, and first one out.
Hands upraised.
Alpha 6, as you were looking out the window, you were the closest to the exit of the airship here. And as you step out, the crowd begins to roar. Just,
yes.
right? The crowd's roaring. All the teams follow behind you, a total of probably about 40, 50 people coming out of the starship here. And the crowd is just roaring. And you see Jave, if you remember the broadcaster, the human broadcaster, he's lowered down on a floating platform that reaches the middle of the arena in front of the starship. He says, "Welcome to episode 2 of Surviving the Pact Worlds. Here we've got Alpha 1, and Chad and Bubba are going to wave their hands, and the crowd's just going to go crazy for them. Chad, Alpha 2. Ugh.
Waving his chat.
And the crowd goes wild for a second, and then it sort of dies down. He's like, yeah, we never found them. Alpha 3!
Oh gosh.
And Roar, the group.
Question that. Cool.
Yeah, if you remember, Alpha 3
we
was
could
declared
find them 'cause
missing on Castrovel while they were, or sorry, Alpha 2 was declared missing on Castrovel while they were looking. Yeah, after they were looking for the Kasark there. Alpha 3, and you see the Beskin Kasatha that you competed against in the Glory Games, the team of 6 there. They're gonna walk down, flexing muscles, looking, and there's a good amount of roaring. Alpha 4, and when Alpha 4 is announced, you're gonna see a few Yosoki there with a good number of androids actually. And the crowd, just sort of this continual roar, just monotonous happening. Alpha 5, and we've got was eliminated last episode. Poor androids. Alpha 6. Yes.
I'm gonna do a backflip.
Hey.
Woohoo! Acrobatics check.
20.
And does a backflip. And the crowd's like, yeah! And then when they announce Alpha 7, you see the 4 Sheeran just nod their heads politely. Alpha 8, you're going to get.
No, Sheeran's are such a unique and noble people, really.
Alpha 8.
I mean,
Oh, Alpha 8,
really
there's a team.
awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
Justin, get your jaw off the floor.
On Alpha 8, there's a a very versatile group. They have the Lashunta android, Avaska, Kasatha, and humans there. Then a group of about 10 there. Alpha 9 and the 22 Yosoki are going to be just hopping around. They just seem ecstatic to be here today. And then Alpha 10 and the group that you guys were just introduced to earlier today, they sort of, wave shyly and then, quickly sort of
How many
dismiss
are there?
themselves back to the side.
6.
There's 6 of them. There's 2 Lashunta, a Yosoki, 2 android, a human.
That's which alpha?
That's Alpha 10.
Oh, that's the one.
Yep, that's the one you're going against today. And he says, now, we are playing Bruderis. The goal here is to destroy the enemy's pylon. Hand-to-hand contact is legal, but please, try to only punch those people with the ball. And the crowd's going to burst into laughter. Ah, right?
We'll see what sport this is.
Yep.
So it's like the sport they play on the ice with sticks,
No idea what you're talking about.
No. Now,
We don't have ice on Akiton.
remember, the goal of the game is to slam the ball, to hit the ball, send it flying across the field, slamming it into the enemy pylon. Pylons can take about 15 hits, depending on how hard you hit it, and 15 light taps. And may only take damage from the ball, not from any other source. Now, for those of you watching, our first match today is going to be Alpha 6 versus Alpha 10. This match will determine which teams, half of our 8 teams here are going to be going to the Glory Games to earn more points for sponsors, and half of our teams here today will be fighting for scraps to see who is eliminated from Surviving the Pact Worlds. Now, let's get them on the field and let's begin. And so you guys are going to go ahead and they're going to direct you straight into the Narrows, where an android will come up and is like, please, choose one person to stand in the Narrows to do the initial race for the Bruderis Ball.
Well, look at Daisy. Who's the best for that?
Someone who has high perception and someone who's good at noticing things and is fast.
It's not me. I will not be in the narrow.
And when she
No,
says
that's
fast,
Tom.
what we're really looking for here is initiative. Initiative fast. Is,
Still probably not me.
Oh, I'll do it.
All right.
By the way, I think I need a little character there in the middle.
Oh yeah, you don't have anyone yet.
Hey,
Let me
guys.
grab it. I'm gonna grab
Okay.
the minion.
We need
No,
someone
no,
for,
my name is Cool.
Sanita.
This is me.
This is
Yes.
me.
Can you grab
He's
the
a bug.
minions?
Another day, another
I
dog.
They're
told
not
you
here.
they should have been in there.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I was saying.
We're going to
Like that.
use.
Dog's
You
a
guys can use one of these yellow ones here.
dog's a
and,
freaky sucker. He ran off with them old keys last time.
Use one of these
Not a normal
orange
dice,
dice.
but a freaky one.
Here, see this
The
place.
orange
like
one
a
will be
circus,
Jester,
but
and the
all
yellow
like a
yellow
normal
one
circle.
will be
Like a
Cindy
freak
here.
circle. Hey, that's
Um,
what Doug used to say. Oh wait, that's right. Doug's dead.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Okay. And so,
We're
With
laughing
that
about a
being
movie
said,
that we've seen.
I pay attention.
yeah. So,
Who
if
am
you
I?
would put the green one into the center for me here.
So where are the rest of us going?
So, then the rest of you may go anywhere outside of the Narrows. On your guys' end of the field is going to be that side over there. So, anywhere outside of the Narrows,
Do we have to
Um,
start on our side of the field?
you must start on your side of the field. Yes.
Let's put Cindy in the goalie position for now.
Yes.
Good old warm body.
Sure, that seems like a good call. I guess.
So am
Anyone?
I the multicolored dice?
Okay.
Oh, then-
we want to switch the camera.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. And if you want to start switching the camera, use your help in positioning those.
But it's the multicolored dice.
Yes, Jester will be the multicolored dice. And they're going to position themselves in a. One of them is going to be back by the goalie position.
How is it?
It's good. Can you guys see what's going on the map? Kinda.
Can you
And
swap
the other three are
You
going to be in a
cameras?
line together,
from
um,
camera to back camera?
2 spaces from the Narrows. Right there.
Not with
Yeah.
the app.
The app.
Perfect. Yeah, and so you'll notice on the map there, we have some that seem to be half cut off. You may step in those. Those are
Oh,
spaces
okay.
you can be in.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I just got to take a couple notes here today.
All right. So what's the battle
Okay.
plan?
So, yeah, if you guys want to talk,
Mind
you guys can
you,
talk for 1 second. I just got to take a couple notes.
I'm supposed to run forward. I'm supposed to get the ball. Where's the ball? Is it just gonna like fall down from the sky?
Yeah. Sky.
And I'll just go and jump and grab it and toss it back to you guys?
Yep. And then we
No,
hit it.
well, we want to hit it into theirs,
Yeah,
I
but there's
think-
like an army of Ysoki in front of me.
but that means we just have to get it
No, it's
through
not
them.
Yosoki.
So if you can get it past them,
The
wanna
Yosoki
hit
is going to be the purple one.
So that's
okay.
the goalie.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not
Wait, so
doing
who's
this
who?
team.
So, Yosoki is
Yosoki.
purple. The green
Cindy!
Cindy! Oh, thank goodness. Right before I explained sort of how this works.
do you want to go to that side next to
I
Jacob,
was-
just based for
I
camera?
was trying to look to get it before I explained the rules. Like the more specific stuff. No, you're good. I'm just going to pop in.
Yeah,
No
it's
need
Um,
on here.
kind of distant.
Just making
but-
new space for my friend.
We're
We're
playing.
playing Bruderis. If someone would like to
You can have
explain, just recap for Cindy the general rules that we already know to the game here.
Yeah, basically what it is
Is it-
there's a ball that's going to drop in. When we hit it, it picks up speed. When our goal is to hit these white things that have 15 health, the first person to destroy the other teams wins.
This is our side. This is their side.
We haven't leveled up.
No, we're
No.
level 3 still. Also, spells are cheating.
Unless you're
And
caught.
you're only supposed
Only if
to
you're
hit the
caught.
person who has the ball.
Only if you're caught. Good thing I have sleight of hand.
Oh.
Yeah, so spells are cheating if,
I mean,
if
like-
you're caught. But if you get caught, we just lose health to our thing. So you don't get disqualified or kicked
So you
out.
have to, like,
You just
hit
I
lose
can't,
health.
like do my shocky thing, but I can do my like robot assault.
Maybe.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
They only seem to be attacking one team.
How hard?
How fortuitous.
All right, so we don't even necessarily need to run a goalie strategy. Because if we can get it onto that side,
Yeah, well, here's what I'm thinking. Every time you hit it, it gains speed, right? So you want to have a couple of hits and then hit it that direction because it's gonna be hard, right?
right? Yes.
So I'm thinking that Jestern should hit the ball back, and then one of you guys hit it forward.
Yeah, that would fit. The thing is that we have to pick a straight line. What happens if the ball hits the wall?
It bounces without losing momentum.
Okay,
It
cool.
bounces that
So
way
yeah,
without
you
losing
could hit,
momentum.
but you have to hit it in a straight line.
The hard
so
part-
where you are depends, because right now you can't hit it to anyone. on
So
a straight
the
line.
only spot you can choose between
Wait, do I have
those
to go
two
diagonal?
positions.
No, you have to do
So
in a
to
straight
hit
line,
the
so on a
pylon
flat wall.
It's gonna have to come like
Right,
from
so
here.
those are
Where am I?
diagonals.
You're the yellow
Yeah.
one. We put you in
Because it's an
goalie.
off. They're hexagons, so everything's a diagonal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
on a square. So I mean, you can pick where you want to be.
Well, that's just weird because there's no straight lines heading this way.
Right.
Is that
Yep.
the point?
Okay.
Or maybe.
Okay. There's just no straight lines heading that way.
So like to get it through the narrows, you have to like hit it back and forth like this.
Either across walls or people to people. Yeah.
Does anyone on that team?
The walls, the walls will help get
Yes,
it through the
there's
narrows because it
two
doesn't lose
entrances.
momentum when it bounces off. of
Okay,
that
well that's
wall.
easy.
No, just
I
keep
can just bounce
Yeah,
it.
there's two.
Well, anyway, so you pick your position in the narrows.
So
Oh,
you're
I
gonna
do.
pick
Yeah.
one of those two positions that's not the center. So right there, or the one directly towards the E direction. So these letters are directional for each hexagon. If you
So
notice,
one of these two. You can
Yeah.
start on one of those two.
I'll do that because then I can hit straight
And
back to
then
cash.
Daisy, if you'd be willing
Or
to
you
place
can
this in
straight
the
to
center for
Daisy
me.
and she can hit it to me.
Yeah.
There's the Bruderis ball right there.
All right. Wee.
Okay, so the way this is going to work.
So
Okay.
yeah, this is because if we don't pay attention, then it's not gonna work. very
Yeah.
well.
Okay, so right here is a explanation of how combat or how the game's going to work. It's different than normal combat. Like combat, you have a standard action, a swift action, and a move action, but you do not need to take all three. That should be clear. The way this is going to work is everyone, based on how close you are to the ball, we are going to declare what you are going to do. You're going to declare what your intent is, whether you choose to move, whether you choose to attack, whether you choose to do any of that. The more you want to do, the slower you will end up doing it. Okay?
So before your turn, you declare.
Before your turn, you declare. Everyone will declare. So the people farther away from the ball will get to see what other people plan on doing before choosing what they're going to do. They sort of get to. You're basically reading the situation and seeing, oh, I see them moving that
Right,
direction.
so we don't all declare at the beginning of a round. Declare right before.
No, you
we
do
will
declare.
all go through our declaration process, and then we will go through initiative order and resolve in initiative
But
order.
initiative order is proximity to the ball.
No, declaration
No, just
order.
declaration is
The
proximity.
or
to the ball.
the order we declare what we're doing is proximity to the ball, and then your initiative will determine what order we go. Now let me explain briefly, and then once we do a round, it'll become, I think, pretty obvious how this works. Let me explain briefly though how initiative is determined. So we all have passive initiative. On your sheet, you have an initiative bonus. That number plus 10 is your passive initiative.
So I just write that on that little piece of paper.
Yep, I would have it on your piece of paper at the top. I just write your passive initiative just so that you have it there. And so it's going to be 10 plus your initiative bonus.
A little piece of paper. Oh no, I open my paper.
There you go.
That's me.
I have two, I guess.
Oh, I guess
So that
this
one's
is
yours.
mine.
And then what we are going to do is it's 10 plus your initiative bonus. For every action you declare that you're going to take, I will tell you a number you're going to subtract from your initiative. After everyone's declared and subtracted those numbers, everyone will secretly roll a d4 and add that number to your initiative bonus. I will then what I'll do is I'll call initiative numbers and we'll act out in the initiative order for whatever initiative we have.
Okay,
at
all right,
that
we're
point.
gonna have to go back.
Let's just go through it once.
Yeah. I would just
After
do it
one
first.
round, I think it's going to become pretty obvious how this works. So the way this is going to work is the two closest people to the ball is a Lashunta, one of the beefy Lashunta, and Jester. Okay, so what's going to happen is what is your perception, Jester? Because you guys are equally close to the ball, it's going to be up to perception here.
Just my bonus.
Yep.
2.
So, oh yeah, sorry, plus 10. Yeah, passive perception here.
Oh,
So 12
passive.
So 12, right? 10 plus the 2. So you have 10 perception. So he's going to go ahead and declare first because his perception is lower. Because it's bad to declare first. Because everyone gets to see what you're going to do. So he's going to go ahead and declare first. His move, and whenever you declare what you want to do, we're going to write it on our piece of paper, okay? So what he's going to do is he is going to hit the ball in the direction of A. If you take a look at the hexagons, there's 6 sides on the hexagons. I've labeled each directional for the hexagon. So he's going to hit the ball in direction A.
Yeah.
And then, sorry. He's going to hit it direction A. And that's all he's going to do. And so then he's going to get a subtraction from his initiative because he's doing that.
Can I say what I think a strategy should be, or no? Is it too late? It's fine.
Yeah, you can talk.
I was going to say we want to move forward because then we're body blocking the ball.
The ball.
In action, movement, and
Swift action, if it's relevant.
So then you there, Jestrum, you get to declare what you would like to do.
I would like to hit the ball in the D direction.
In the what direction?
D.
In the D direction. Okay, so you're just going to write that on your paper. Say hit ball D.
Okay.
Hit D.
Or hit D.
or
Yeah.
however it makes sense to you.
Hit the D.
But you're hitting in D.
Are you telling him? Okay.
Yeah, is there any... So, yeah, this
Well,
basically
okay.
hitting the ball will give you a -1 to your initiative. So that is going to be hit D. Then you'll put -1 there. Right next to that, so you can notate. Is there anything else you want to do? So that's your standard action. Would you like to move at all?
Yeah, can I like body check the
Body check would be an attack, is what we'd call it. I mean, unless you just want to stand in front of him.
So you know, just to get, you know he's hitting it towards A. So you could try to move then also in front of
To
him.
move in front of him. If the ball comes at you...
So if he ends up hitting it instead of you hitting it, you're hitting, but if you fail, then you go in and you're moving to block the ball.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That's a good point. So yeah, I'll do that.
So you're going to hit,
Hit and then move.
then move B.
Yeah.
You're moving up in the B direction. So the way the movement works, when you declare what direction you're going to move, your first step has to be in that direction, or you will get half movement.
Okay.
So you're just going to declare here really quick. You can choose to either move 10, 20, or your full 30 feet there. For each increment of 10, it's going to subtract an extra 1 from your next initiative.
Just one square.
Okay, so that's just, each square is 5 feet, so you can just move 10. It's going to be another -1 to your initiative, and then you can just do the math. That's
So
the
to hit
declaration.
every time you declare what you're gonna do.
It's going to subtract some more from your initiative there, making you go later in the actual action sequence.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so next, if you could just count squares for me, who's the next closest to
So
you?
he gets -2 because I know what he's gonna do, and he's gonna hit the ball. The Lashunta.
What was that?
The Lashunta gets -2 to his initiative because I know what he's gonna do.
He doesn't get any minus because you know what he's going to do. You
Oh,
just
just
have that
because-
advantage when you're making your choices.
Right, just because he. Okay.
So Daisy, Cash, and these three are all 4 away.
Daisy. Oh man, everyone's like the same distance.
Yeah.
Daisy, Cash, and those 3 are all 4 away.
It's a symmetrical field.
I'll go ahead and have them go. Okay, so the red guy there, it's a human female right there, and she is going to move in the A direction.
Okay, move A.
10 feet. Move A.
So they're all
Orange is going to move A as well.
Okay. And they only have to move their first 5 feet, so he could move here and then
Yeah,
there.
you don't have to move
Does
the
that make
full.
sense, everybody?
No,
And it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be in a straight line.
Doesn't have to be in your first step. If
It
you
has
want,
to be in the direction you
but
set.
you can't move farther than what you declare you're moving as.
Can you do like a acrobatics check to like juke to change directions and not take a penalty?
Seems legit.
Sure. Yeah. That will be, you'll do that acrobatics check at the time of actual action. If you decide you want to change direction, you can try to do an acrobatics check and juke it.
Thank him.
And I just want to make this aware too, since we do have 2 Yosoki that this matters to. You can also try to tumble through enemies, which basically means you can try an acrobatics check against their acrobatics to try to move through their square.
Well, and Yosoki get a +1.
And a Yosoki get a +5 to tumbling.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's a
so,
lot.
so everyone
It is a
can
lot.
try to tumble.
Everyone can try
Okay.
to tumble.
We're just
Okay.
especially good at it.
And then
Yay.
blue right there is also going to move D.
Okay.
He's going to move D.
So they're moving it.
Yep, and so then it'll go based on your guys' perception. Lower perception declares first.
I have 10.
I have 20.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Juwan is
Juwan's
also.
not equally
He's
close.
shy.
Oh,
A little bit
okay.
farther.
So I am going to move F. So if I want to hit it, does it automatically question?
So hitting it, if the ball comes to you, it doesn't cost any initiative points. You get to take a reaction and hit.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just going to move F.
Just see that which one can get.
You're gonna move F 10 feet, or
Never mind.
Yeah, move F10.
move F 10. Okay, go ahead and write that down. That's going to be a -1. That's all you're doing. Um,
I'm assuming we don't have any weapons besides that.
Okay.
I'm going to move C10.
you're going to move C10. Okay, go ahead and write it down, and that's just -1 there.
Yep.
And then it goes to you, Juan.
Okay, I'm going to go. I can only move in increments of 10, right?
10, 20,
10
or
each.
30.
10, 20, or 30, and you can move the in between. But if you move over 10 feet, you're in the 20, so it'll be a -2 to your initiative.
So if I move 15, it'll just be the.
It'll be the -2
Minus
because
two.
you moved
Oh,
more
okay,
than 10
because
feet.
it's more than 10.
And you have to declare 20 now, right?
Yep,
Yes.
you declare now how much you plan on moving.
And you're committed to moving that much?
Yeah.
Unless you're acrobatic.
I will move 20. Well, 15, but 20.
Okay, so move 20. Which direction is your first step?
C.
C.
Move C 20.
Okay, so that's going to be, and is that all you're doing?
Yep.
So that's a -2. And so then, Cindy, what's your,
I'm just not going to do anything.
you're going to stay by the goal?
Just going to stay by the goal.
Okay, so you get your, what was that, Chris?
You can leave your
I
friends.
was going to say, if you were
Well, I'm going to
moving.
see what you guys do first, and if
No
you
friends
fail,
crying.
then I will.
Oh, okay. So
take
you want to
that.
delay around?
Yeah, just
That
to
makes
see,
sense. Okay.
see what y'all, if y'all
Okay.
will be successful with that, then I can
Right.
jet dash towards you guys. 'Cause I have
Oh,
a
that's
fast dash.
right.
Then I can just fast dash towards
That's really
you.
nice.
That is really
That's
nice.
pretty intense.
Your jet
Can we
dash
move
is
through
gonna be
ally
useful,
spaces?
dude.
You can move through allied spaces.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Unless you guys think I should use
Oh.
my jet dash right now to go and get the ball.
Bro, no, I'm right next to it.
So then we'll just do that.
No,
We'll
yeah,
leave
we'll-
everyone alone and not use my initiative.
We'll make a freaking wall, and then you just jet dash the crap through
Ruins
that.
wall.
Just
No need to.
Can he ready an action or something? To
Yeah, well, but the thing is that because standing, you can always, when it comes to your turn, decide not to do it. So if you want to choose an action, that depending on what happens, you take that action.
or you can choose not to do it.
Or and then when it comes to your turn, you can say, actually, I'm just going to sit still.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Well, I'm just gonna sit.
Okay.
Okay,
Cool.
all right. So your initiative, you don't take any minus to your initiatives. So now everyone is going to roll your d4 and add it to your initiative.
No, not good.
Please add extra.
1.
add it to your passive.
Yeah. You don't need to erase this. This will change every round.
Yep, this will change every round. So I would just use this on your scratch paper there.
So you add this to your passive, and then you subtract what?
What you've done. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Is that
It's not great. Okay.
oh, passive perception?
I guess this is
I did
off.
it.
Okay.
It's just addition. I was like, eventually it was like.
So just to make sure everyone gets this right this time, because otherwise it'll be sad. So our total here should be 10 plus your initiative bonus minus whatever I told you to minus plus the d4 you just rolled.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to start at 15. When I call out a number, if that's what your initiative
When
is,
someone's above a 15.
I can start up at a 17. Yeah. Okay, so 17.
Yes.
You're all the way up. Oh man. Okay.
That's why-
All right.
That's why I
So you
said.
get-
Sorry, I
knew
should've
he
looked.
was above 15.
That is okay. So 17.
Because he didn't
So now we resolve declared actions. So your declared actions was sit still, right?
Still there.
So you sit still. 16. Yep. So go ahead and read your actions in order.
All right. Hit to D.
Hit to D. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and hit the ball. Go ahead and roll to hit. The AC of the ball, since this would be coming, so AC of the ball is 10, unless it's moving. Then it goes up.
Then we have our special bats.
And you do have a special bat. So you
Plus
have
3 to your melee hit.
Okay, so let me just write that down. Bat is equal or has a
So where's your jester character sheet?
Right here.
yeah.
So it's going to be, you have a +8 to hit the ball.
Oh, that plus
How do you
3.
do that?
So that's a plus 3.
All right, so-
good at melee.
So
Yeah.
whenever you're
Yeah.
string, your melee.
23.
23. You hit the ball, and then you're going to go ahead and roll your damage. which is a D4 because you're using your bat. It's a D4 plus 2 plus your strength.
Okay, so 4 plus my D4.
Is it the strength modifier?
7.
Strength modifier, yeah. 7. So the ball immediately gains 7 momentum. As soon as you hit it, the ball, because it's 7 momentum, it has a speed of 2 because it has so much momentum going. So Daisy, if you'd go ahead and, or if we move it in the C direction, because that's the direction, or no, you hit it in D. D. So 2 squares in that direction. Perfect. And
That Lashunta didn't know what hit him.
then did you have anything else declared?
Yeah, I was gonna move to A.
Move to A, you can decide to do it, or you don't have to do it. It's totally up to you.
Can I move? I can't move a different direction. Oh, I can
You would
acrobatic?
take half speed. You can move 5 feet. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
move different directions.
Whatever. I was moving C.
Okay, awesome. Then we move on right before we do the next tick. There was no one else at 16, right? Right before the next tick happens, the ball moves. It's going to go ahead and move another 2 in that same direction.
Daisy.
So
What's the ball AC?
if it's coming at me, do I get a
static
reaction?
You get
Plus
to react.
momentum.
Can I react to hit it?
You can react to hit it. Its AC is a 13.
All right. So and it's a wait. So we roll to hit.
So before you roll to hit, you need to choose which direction you want to hit it.
This is a kicking game, or this is like
Punching, kicking, hit it with the bat.
I'm just making sure.
It like floats.
All the
it
above.
like
So it's
floats
like I
in the
can
air.
carry the.
You can.
Yes,
yes,
you can.
I just want to make sure.
But to catch it, you take damage.
You will take a little bit of damage if you try to catch the ball. But catching it is obviously a way to run.
I'm
but-
gonna hit it
Yeah.
B.
You're going to hit it B.
Yeah.
You can throw it.
Okay. So go ahead and roll to hit.
It won't deal damage.
So you
Okay,
should have
and
that
so I
plus
have-
3 with the bat.
My to hit. Hang
So
on.
your melee plus 3.
Melee. Okay.
We're losing a lot of
plus 4.
momentum throwing it backwards. I'm realizing.
22.
22, you hit it.
Ow.
So go ahead and roll for damage.
Because it
A
loses
D4
momentum
plus
every
2
time it moves.
plus your strength modifier.
3.
Like
3. Okay, so you hit it. It
We're not
gains
losing,
3
so
momentum,
that's-
and you hit it in the C
that's not
direction.
good.
Is that right?
B. And
Oh,
B
in
towards
the-
cash.
Oh, in the B direction. Okay. So it has 6 momentum in the B direction. It's going to go ahead and immediately move 2. Okay, then we are at
Wait,
15.
do I get to move now?
No,
Oh,
because
wait,
it's
no,
not your
no,
turn.
it's not
Yeah.
your turn.
So we're at 15.
15 momentum.
15 initiative.
Oh.
Okay, 14. Now before it goes to 14, right before 14, it is going to move another 1 towards cash.
I'm gonna hit that sucker.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to hit.
You're using the bat.
Yeah, I'm using the bat.
It seems to be moving fairly slow, but enough speed that
19.
19 that hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. What direction were you hitting it in? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's a great question. I'm gonna hit it in C.
In C. Okay. In the C
No.
direction.
Bounce.
Right? It should bounce.
And then
Well,
it'll
it's
perfectly
right
mirror, so
here,
it'll
so
head
it'll go
straight
right
towards Jester.
Shouldn't it go?
Oh, no, it goes.
No, it won't. You're right. Never mind. I'm gonna do F. Wait, yeah. How
Right.
does this wall
Oh,
work?
sorry. With the diagonal walls, you're right. If you hit it there, it would
Should
bounce
go
straight to E. It would head in the E direction there.
Okay.
If
so
you
yeah,
hit it
then I'll
against
go
a wall
F.
in the narrows, then it bounces in that.
Okay, then I'll go F.
Okay, so you're going in the F direction. Go ahead and deal some damage to it.
3 plus.
Plus 2 plus strength 1.
So 9.
9 damage. All right. In what direction again?
F.
An F. Okay, so it's going to immediately move 3. Okay, and so now we were at 14 here. Who all had 14? I had a couple with 14 as well. What is your dexterity?
Modifier or score?
Score.
14.
14, 16. Okay. 14, 16. You're up.
All right. I'm moving. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm just gonna run over there and not angrily, competitively.
Thinking
I,
about your
the other
son
team.
Phil the entire time.
Yeah, like this is
Competitively do
Phil
what?
would do. I, the
While
other
not
team,
doing his homework.
So-
menacingly, while not
So
doing
did-
his homework.
Dad's a professor.
So you did your movement there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, awesome. Then it goes to Daisy.
Yeah, and I was going to also move.
And was that your whole turn?
Yep.
Okay. And then it goes to Blue here, which is the android, and he is moving D.
How
10
many?
feet. Okay, and then it goes to the purple Yosoki.
Yeah.
Who's not doing anything.
Okay.
Okay. So we've All right, and so then before it goes to 13 here, before it goes to 13, the ball moves another 2, or sorry, another 3.
Bing, and then it hits green.
Wait.
No.
Does
So-
it hit the half?
It would hit that one.
When
Oh, you're right.
Okay, wait, sorry, lead me through this. Where is it?
This
So it
one
moves
here.
1,
One, two,
And
but
then
that doesn't lose any. Okay,
would it bounce off straight or would it go?
it goes
Yeah.
diagonal because
Okay.
we're in the arrows here. 2,
3.
Solid. Seems legit.
3, and then
Science. Dude, I'm
Not
freaking.
yet.
okay.
What's his name is coaching us.
Just-
Beetlejuice, the physics professor from the sidelines.
And it is
Basic
now moving
geometry.
in the C direction. Okay, and so we're at 13 here. Any of you guys have 13?
Nope.
Okay, the orange is going to 13. He's going to move A, 10 feet.
He can't.
He can move 5, and
He
then
can move
change
5,
direction.
and then he's going to change direction.
Oh.
He's going to bust left there.
Here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, my left. E direction. Perfect. Then it goes to red, which is moving in the A direction, and he's just going to move the 5 there.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
And then it goes to, well, it would go to 12. Before it goes to 12, it's going to move 2, or it's actually only going to move 1 there. And
Okay.
Orange.
So now
And,
it's
yep.
going into orange.
and Lashunta is gonna take a swing at it.
Does he have a bat?
No, he does not have a bat.
Whoa, sucker.
Ouch.
He-
So is he swinging at
wouldn't-
it like with his hand or?
With his big paw.
Lashunta is swinging at it with his hand. He is punching this thing, and it looks like he's trying to punch it straight down in the E direction.
Street.
E. Okay.
He's trying
Towards
to
the
get into
wall.
his ally.
And so he is going to. He's gonna hit it. He's gonna hit it, and he's gonna hit it for 2.
What a win. This guy.
Okay, and then it goes straight to the red, and he's going to try to hit it here. And he is going to miss. And so he tries to take a swing at this thing, and the
Red is-
ball comes. He wasn't expecting his ally to hit it straight at him. So red is the human. So at her. So she frantically sort of no, and then it smacks her in the face, and she seems to tumble pretty hard onto the ground there.
That's right, girl.
Eat it.
So how much momentum was it at?
That was at 8
Female
momentum
human.
when it hit.
Do anything in this?
So it's
Watch the
Yeah,
one
it's
that bite
like
me in the butt.
so
Yeah, I hit it to 9,
90
and then it lost some as it traveled.
it lost 1 as it traveled to the side there.
And then
So
the
it
guy
hits
added
her,
2.
and then I'm gonna roll a d6. The A direction would be a 1, B is 2, so on and so forth. It's gonna bounce off of her in a random direction here. So 4. It's gonna bounce off in the D direction, off of the red, which is gonna bounce it right back at her.
Oh, yeah.
But she's already used her reaction, so it's gonna hit her again in the face.
It's like, I'm just observing from the side, and I'm like, wow, she is doing terribly.
And the ball seems to be all the way down to 2 momentum. Or wait, no.
Girl,
It
you're
was
a
at
human.
8.
Like, do better.
It bounced off a wall, so it didn't lose it again. So it's gonna hit her with 4 momentum there.
Is she not prone?
Is she gonna die?
Yeah, you
She's gonna get knocked prone after this one. She falls onto the ground, and then the ball will bounce in a random direction again here. We got 1 in the A direction, and it's going to move 2.
So it's gonna hit green.
And it hits green. Green is ready for this, hopefully, and he's gonna try to take a swing at the ball.
Does it move immediately, or do we do the next initiative count? I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh no, you're totally right. It should stop right in between red and green there.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like,
And then
this
it's got a
thing's just gonna
momentum
kill us
of-
I was like, it's like watching a
You're right. Yeah, I got
like a pinball
got
machine.
carried away here. All that it was moving at a high enough speed. The rest of it should have happened. But 1 and it's moving in the A direction. Perfect. Okay, so that happened. That was on its way to initiative 12.
I got 12.
What is your perception?
No, it's dexterity.
Or sorry, dexterity.
14.
14. Okay, you're up.
Yeah.
Seal the gates!
And then Green here is going to choose not to move and just going to stay still. And then the ball moves again to Green at 1 momentum there
So he's gonna hit
in the A direction. And he hits it, and he's going to hit it for 6.
All right.
6
well,
momentum. Sorry, I didn't choose. He's going to hit it in the
You
A
said the
direction.
A direction.
Continue
you
it in the
said
A
the A.
direction.
Okay, so going towards.
Oh, that's what I
one.
thought, yeah.
So it's
No,
gonna
Jester.
immediately hit Jester.
It's going to lose
Jester.
1 momentum, so it's at 6 momentum then.
I thought it was that, sir.
It was at 1, it gained 6, and then it moved 1 square.
Okay.
So
So then I got to
Six.
roll to hit it.
you got to roll to hit.
Or die.
Oh.
Oh.
It's a 6 plus what?
8.
Plus 8.
14. It's 6 momentum, so it's a 16 AC, 10 plus the momentum.
Oh.
So you miss, and the ball is going to hit you for 6 damage.
Like right in the neck.
Right in my little lizard
Don't call it Bruderis for nothing.
Oh, that looked painful.
Wow.
Are you two okay in here?
So
We'll see.
And it's going
Right
to
about head
bounce
height.
in the A direction.
Just
and
it plowed straight through me.
it is only going to move
How much damage would it
one
take?
of those
6.
before
Six?
we move on to the next.
Oh.
Yeah, 6.
Oh.
You were standing right in front of the guy when you hit
You
it.
should
at
have full stamina though.
Yeah.
I'd keep track of them just on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay, so it's stopping right there in right there before. Now everyone's gone, correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone on my team's gone. Everyone on your team. So now we're back to the declaration stage. So the ball is currently moving with 2 momentum in the A direction. Just so everyone's aware of
towards one.
how the ball is moving here. Okay, so we are the closest person to the ball. We're looking at one of you 3. It's up to your perceptions.
It's not me.
That's
Well,
I
I'm
Oh, I have
away.
I have a 10.
have a passive
Yeah,
12.
it's just me and him,
10.
or us
And-
3.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying. You 3.
three.
Passive 12, passive 10, passive
19.
19. You're up.
So, question:
Yeah.
I can't declare to just hit it at this point, right?
If you could declare, you know the ball will move before the first
I don't have
movement,
any.
so you know it's going to move one. But if it wasn't automatically going to hit someone,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could decide to
Massive
move into
is
its
10.
square and hit it. You would have to move into its square, and you would have to get there before the ball moves.
Got it. Cool. Let me take 1 second to look. Cool. Yeah, I don't got much to help on that.
Dude, I got
So I will just move F.
You're moving F. Okay, go to
No,
right
actually,
on
I'll
your
move C.
I thought that was like.
Okay, so everything you say, you're going to write on your sheet. You're
Okay.
moving C, and then choose 10, 20, or 30 feet.
Yeah.
Each one is an extra
Aw.
-1 to your initiative.
Yeah.
Let's do 10.
And so, anything else for you declared there?
Nope.
Okay, so that's a -1 to your initiative. We then go to Jester.
Jester. Jester's just gonna tackle the guy right in front of him. He's pissed off.
Like he's gonna attack the guy right
Yeah.
in front of
You
him.
can only hit. Okay, yeah.
The
You can
crowd-
grapple him.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Grapple him or attack him. It'll be the
Just
same negative to your
aiming
initiative.
down.
I'm just wondering what you're doing here.
Jester just.
So we
starts
are allowed
beating
to-
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna.
Actually, all of that's
Not
good.
really.
Knife and
You're not. No, you don't have weapons.
No weapon.
And technically, you were told you're not allowed to attack someone who's not holding the ball.
You can also try not to hit the ball. If you want to accept it, you can catch it instead, and you take the full damage. Or no, you
Or
take half
You
damage.
take half
You
damage.
take half damage, and then you can run with it.
Or you can pass it, and passing it doesn't cause damage. to the
But it
person
also
who
doesn't
hits it.
put any momentum into the ball.
Right.
Okay.
So, like, you may not want to hit it. You may want to catch it instead. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you declare what you're doing?
Yeah,
you
I
got
said I
that.
was moving
You got that
C.
-1. You're attacking. You can decide in the moment whether you're grappling or not. It's all going to fall under attack. Are you doing anything else? Okay, so that's a -3 to your initiative to attack. That takes a little bit more oomph to attack a person. Okay, then it goes to you, Juan.
I am going to. Can I like ready an action?
Is that a thing?
So you,
All of this is basically readying actions. It just sort of falls on
Oh,
where the
okay.
initiative falls in line.
so you, but you don't need to ready to catch. That's
to,
a
to
reaction.
catch, it's a
That's a
reaction. It's
reaction.
just like hitting the ball. If it comes to you, you have a reaction that you can use
And you know that
Okay.
ball is going to hit you before anything.
before anything happens.
Oh,
You know
yes.
it's coming to you.
I'm going to ready. I guess I'm going to try and catch it.
Well, but you don't need to ready to catch
Yeah,
it.
you don't need to ready to
So
catch.
what
it.
are you going
so I
to do
don't do
once
it.
you
What
catch
you're
it?
determining is what you're going to do after you catch. Because catching it's
Oh,
going to be the
okay.
very first thing that happens.
As
It's going to come
catching.
at you.
And would that count as a swift
Unless-
action?
Unless
Catch up.
unless you expect to fail
It's a
to catch it, then you
reaction.
can move accordingly.
Throw it
But
at the
you're
red
So
button.
choosing-
something happens outside.
You're choosing what you're going to do on your turn, which is going to be after the ball
Throw
moves.
it at the red button.
Okay.
It's really bad. We need
So
to
you
Not gonna-
you can run.
Okay. But if not. Now, what happens if I run into? Oh yeah, I can.
You
do
can
the
try to
tumble.
tumble.
That's right.
And there's no extra initiative drop. It's just a check you get to do. And if you fail it,
Does
you get
holding
stopped.
the ball do any
You
sort
can't
of?
attack
Oh,
while you hold
okay.
the ball. But
So
other than
you
that,
just
you're
can't-
fine.
Okay.
You can't attack at all.
Not while holding the ball.
What? I can hit people with my tail.
Just run.
Okay. Seems legit.
That's my whole thing.
Seems legit. All right, you can hit people with your tail. If anyone else has an extra limb they can hit people with.
I got a tail. It's just
I think
small,
it's
It's a
specifically
vest-
it's a vest
vest
because their
feet
tails are
is
big
that
enough
they
that they
can-
actually deal damage.
like an alligator.
Like
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Like a
technically,
bite.
dogs could try to attack someone with their
Next
tail.
time you
but-
hit somebody with it.
And they frequently do. Just so happy.
All right,
I
so
will move C.
So right there.
40 feet.
so that's a -4.
Yep.
Now, if you know you're not planning on attacking, you can also use your standard action to move if you wanted to move again. It would just cost all that extra initiative again.
So what you're saying is that we need to get the ball to him and have him run it.
Oh
Like 100 feet.
But if you fail a tumble, you get stopped right where you are, and the initiative cost is already gone.
C. I jump on your back. You jump jet, and then I dash
So
off.
okay, so you're moving the 40. That's all you
Yeah,
did. Okay, so you got a -4 there,
Okay, move
Um,
C40.
and we are going on to. Okay, now who's the next closest?
It's these two.
Daisy, what's your dexterity?
Wait, are we doing dexterity? or
Sorry,
perception?
perception. Yeah.
Passive is 20.
Okay. So green here is going to he sees you prepping to run, and he's going to move B 10 feet.
I'm gonna dive at him.
'Kay.
Either way.
He's gonna move B 10 feet, and then it goes to Daisy.
What is the green one again?
Green one is Lashuta.
Okay. I'm also going to run C, for 10.
Okay. And that's gonna be a -1.
C4.
And so then we are to blue here. And blue, the android is going to move move
To AD.
B. Move B 10.
Right. B is straight up.
So you just hit
Oh, sorry, A. Sorry, A.
Just turns around.
Hit. And then it goes to orange here. Orange is going to move. Is also going to move A.
So
Move
we're all
A 20.
converging onto Javon.
He's going to move A
This is going
20.
to be intense.
And then we have
Handoff.
red here,
I see that,
who's
yes.
going to
So-
move.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
But don't
So
have to
I
do
didn't
that.
move C because 10 feet, and there's no one that can be there. Could I have anticipated someone being somewhere and chosen to take a penalty to initiative so I could then hit?
You could choose to attack. Yeah. If you're expecting someone to be there, you could take that initiative penalty and say, "I'm going to try to swing at someone."
Can I do that now?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna also try to hit something.
Something. So if
Do I have to say if it's a grapple or not yet?
No. An attack, all of it's going to fall under an attack there. And just so you guys know what the
And that's a
options are,
-3, right? Or minus.
-3 for attacking, yeah, and then also the
Okay.
-1.
I'm already the slowest guy.
Okay.
We'll make use
Our
of it,
comms
huh?
link isn't connected to any like speaker system or anything.
Comms link?
No.
No.
I can say what I want on the comms link.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just us on this.
Yep. And
Heading
Kafusi.
towards the red girl.
What if I glitch? What if I glitch the system around us?
Do we have like screens around us? What does it look like?
You're in a more deserty planet. It's a lot of you're
It's
working
not
on
like
a
a
stadium
stadium.
planet. It's a straight up stadium. So there are plenty of screens. There was a guy flying around on the thing. Even the pylons that you're trying to destroy, those are completely technological replicas of the ball that's being
And the
passed around.
androids, I can't remember. Can I glitch them? I can't glitch them. I mean, my amplified glitch just basically screams
Or
at people.
disagree.
right?
Yeah,
Shakes
yeah.
them. Okay. I'm gonna amplify glitch this entire place.
Why?
Whoa, go take it easy.
I'm gonna distract all of them. They're all gonna be shaken.
Oh, good thinking, Cindy.
So, if
So you're saying not to look at any lights.
Because it doesn't, my amplified glitch doesn't like require any like real
It
movement.
is good for you to warn them of that.
Yeah.
That's why they'll shake
Ah!
everybody.
Yeah.
I was not expecting
Get
that
ready.
at all.
So it's like just get ready, and then you guys can attack and just go ham on all of these idiots.
Red is moving A 30
Well,
feet.
does she need to stand up first as a movement?
It'll just be part of the move action.
Okay.
Yep.
She's like,
And then it goes to you there, Cindy.
So I'm just gonna do my. I'm gonna stay still, but I'm just gonna.
You're staying where you are?
I'm just gonna do the amplified glitch. And do I need sleight of hand in that? I don't think so. My amplified glitch.
Amplified glitch, no, it's just a spell. What it's going to do is you're going to get a minus to your initiative equal to the spell's level plus 1.
I think he's trying to hide it so
That's
that's
not a
caught
spell.
cheating.
That's a feat.
Yeah, it's not a spell.
That's a feat.
Okay, so it'll just be a minus 1 then to the initiative.
Okay.
You can just
Nice.
do that. Minus 1 to the initiative there, and you are.
If he tries to hide it.
You were trying to do it discreetly.
Stealthily.
Now,
Honestly,
I think the amplified glitch specifically. I don't think you do anything obvious with yourself to show.
no,
this.
not to mention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so I
My
think you're
amplified
good.
glitch just-
Not to
Yeah.
mention the crowd's not
You just
looking
It's a
at
hack.
him.
It's a hacking thing. That's the
Oh, it is a hacking thing.
Not to mention the crowd's not looking at him. They're
Yeah,
looking at the
if you
ball.
want a sleight of hand, it would be a hacking thing, so you'd have to do something, I guess.
Sleight of
So do a
hand.
sleight of hand real quick.
Just roll this right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
16.
Yeah. Sleight of hand is 6.
Okay.
Trying to.
Nice.
So you got the minus 1. Go ahead and write down. Oh, you did. Perfect. Okay, then it goes to purple, and purple is going to move B 30 feet.
Oh.
Wow. That's
Goalie's abandoning its post as soon as it might be at risk.
And then I'm going
thought you
to
were
jet
gonna get
dash the
stealthily.
crap out of it and be
Yeet.
Oh, so you are.
like, no.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm going to freaking shake the whole stadium. Y'all are going to attack all of them, and then I'm going to yeet it.
Well,
Yeet myself the next turn.
okay, because you could declare that with this and do both in one.
That's okay. I'm just going to
Okay.
leave it alone so my
Okay,
initiative
perfect.
stays nice.
Alright.
Okay, so
Hi.
now everyone's going to go ahead and roll a
Because if I'm
d4
not jet
and
dash-
adjust your initiative accordingly.
Oh.
2. That's cool.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
That was good.
What all do you want?
Whatever.
I lost my die. Hey, Jacob, put down by your feet is my die.
Oh my.
You want to tell me what number it is?
Wait, which way? I don't see.
Oh, that.
That's so dark. Yeah, it is. 3, 4, 2, 1, 4.
But nobody's really sure. It's so dark. I should probably roll it again.
That's okay.
Oh, look, it's a 3.
Okay, give it to me. Sorry, I've got like a lot more rules than you guys.
Those really sharp dice.
Okay.
It's like stepping on Legos.
Yeah, like
But worse.
that D4 would be worse than stepping on a Lego.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Murder your foot.
Someone's talking about people having metal dice, and then that's literally like, oh, this is
It's
basically
like a
caltrops.
Yeah.
It's like you could defend your house with these.
Okay, so now we are gonna go. We'll start as high. Is anyone above a 17?
I am at a 7.
What are you at?
I'm at 19.
Anyone above a 19? That's absurd. Okay, Cindy, go ahead.
Amplified glitch.
Okay, so it makes people shaken. What exactly does that do again?
Shaken is,
They
can't
can-
remember, but it basically just shakes. So
Oi,
shaken, if I
oi.
remember correctly,
It's
immobilizes.
Here, I'll
I think
find
you've
it.
got a list.
I've got a list in
It
here.
I think it immobilizes the units. if I remember.
Shaken, you take a -2 penalty to ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, and skill checks.
Wow.
That is mean as sport.
Shook them.
Mine is
All right.
shaken.
So as
Shook.
you know, no one's looking at the goalie considering the amount of.
I just laugh maniacally.
So you
No,
know
no,
you
no,
stealth.
no.
Yeah,
No, no, no.
three of them.
I'm
You just did the three of them.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
a
you
stealthy
get to
maniacal laugh.
choose 3 targets.
Oh.
I didn't realize
You
that.
get to do it 1 per character level. So at
Okay,
level 3.
so. Alright, then I just do it to green, orange, and blue.
So green. So right in the middle, you guys noticed a lot of flashing of lights. You knew it was coming, but the Lashunta and the android, both the Lashuntas and the android, seem quite disoriented. They're sort of looking around, thinking that something must be going wrong with the TV show here.
Good thing you didn't do the red one. I mean, she's already down.
I was like, Shane,
She's just screaming on the ground.
She's out. Like she's just done.
She's like bleeding from the face.
Yeah.
And I'm a woman, so I'm like, man.
It's a human woman too.
Women have to stick together.
She could be my mother.
And so then the
Middle of a match. Just go up and under.
she's like, yeah, yes,
Okay.
I think so.
oh sorry, direct
Sounds
and
right.
right as that was happening, and we'll just do it right after here. The ball is going to move into Juan here. What are you doing?
I'm trying to catch it.
All right, go and roll an athletics check.
Okay.
Athletics check to catch here. Again, same AC, so 11 is the AC we're looking for here.
Dun, dun,
Dude.
dun.
14.
All right, you catch the ball, taking 1
Yeah.
damage.
Do you have skills in athletics?
Is this
I have
like hit points?
4.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Jeez,
It's
dude.
hitting
You're a
stamina
total
first.
skill monkey.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
what.
regular.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's like
You should
almost
be
every
full
single one
stamina. We did
blacked
that.
out.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. That's
So you take
I
1
thought I was
damage,
being an envoy just to do that,
okay.
so I didn't have to put anything into intelligence ever.
and the momentum of the ball is 0. But you are holding it, and you take a damage.
Instead, I get 3.
I stagger back a step
Nothing.
from the impact of the ball. I got it.
Okay, so you catch the ball, and 18.
Wait, didn't you have? Oh, that was the reaction. I was
She
like,
gets
yeah.
it on her turn. She gets to move, but she caught the ball. 18,
Eat.
17.
Wand.
All right, Jess turn.
I'm attacking the disoriented Lashunta.
The disorient. Oh, the green one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Are
go
you
ahead. And,
grappling or attacking?
yeah, you have to choose. So here's your options. You can grapple. You can punch. And I just make this aware to everyone. If she was holding the ball, you could choose to try to hit the ball, which is either if you can exceed their AC by 8, you can take the ball from them.
Mm.
If you exceed it by 4, you can knock it out of their hands and around the floor.
Is it like a disarm?
It's like a disarm. With the ability that if you exceed it by 4, though, if you're trying to disarm and you exceed it by 4, you knock the ball in a random direction. You don't get to take it from them, but you do knock it out of their hands.
But
Now, technically,
Yeah.
rule-wise, just so we know, he cannot attack him because he does not have the ball.
Right. Rules
So
as far
if
as
you
the game
attack
goes.
him, you'll be cheating. Yeah.
I'm
And
just
if you get
gonna,
caught
I'm just
cheating,
gonna
then you
casually,
lose.
like grab it,
point.
not attacking,
Casually
just,
grab him.
just casually look like I'm
And
steady.
you can also bull rush or trip as well, right? We can do all the standard combat maneuvers.
Oh, I can,
Yeah, bull rush you have to run a lot before you
I
can.
can
do it.
trip him
You know.
though, right?
You
Well,
can
actually, I think
because
you have to start from-
he's heading for
Like kick him in the knee.
Juan. He's heading for Juan, so you could easily.
I'll check the bull
Yeah, he
rush.
wants my body stuff.
But yeah, you can do your combat maneuvers.
Nope, it just
He said
knocks
he
him
wants
5
your
feet.
body.
You were told you are allowed to grapple. You're not supposed to hit people, but the crowd did bless.
Bull rush is there's no prereq. You just do the combat maneuver and it knocks them 5 feet plus 5 additional feet for every 5 by which you exceed.
Okay.
there.
All right. Yeah. So you can do your combat maneuvers.
Oh
But-
yeah, I'm gonna bull rush that.
All right. So go ahead and roll to hit here.
I get +4 bonus to my bull rush.
Nice.
Wow.
He doesn't get to add his bat though to this, right? Or does he?
No.
Bull
no.
rushing
But
with
that
my
only
bat.
works against the ball.
Bat only works against small.
And so this is the AC plus 8.
Ace. Okay, so what am I adding to this?
I'm looking at my
You're
AC.
gonna add +5 plus your 4, so +9.
+9.
Yeah.
24.
All right. You are able to what is it? Charge into him.
Yeah, it's like he's dropping a shoulder.
All right.
If he exceeds it by 5 or more, he gets to knock him an additional 5 feet. Did he exceed it by 5?
No.
Okay.
You did not.
So you get to knock him 5 feet.
5 feet.
It's straight back or any direction?
Probably straight back.
I assume straight back.
Back 5 feet. Yeah, it looks like it's the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like, yeah.
Boom.
It doesn't specifically say, but it does say you knock the target back
Okay, so he knocks him back 5 feet. Do you take his place at all, or just you just hit him back?
This is gonna get.
No, yeah, you just hit him back.
Okay, all
Try
right.
to create a gap.
Okay, was there anything else you had declared as an action there?
No.
All right, that was 17.
I just realized.
Was that-
just really useful?
Was that 17
Like,
there?
disengage.
Yeah, it was a 17.
Okay, 16. 15.
I have
We've got a couple 15s here as well. Remind me your dexterity is really high, right?
14.
Yep, you're at.
Okay.
Dang,
So I was going to move 10 towards the C direction. I'm going to go here and then
Would you
here.
have the 5?
Okay, cool.
The 5 from?
It's your melee attack.
Okay, so you hit a 10 in the C direction. Then it goes to Green, who is moving B direction 10. And he is still going to move 10 feet
Yeah.
that way.
10 feet.
Blue's there.
Who's in the way?
So
But he's
moves
then going to
5.
pivot upwards
Oh,
back
okay.
towards
Alright.
Jet, right there.
Moving above.
You knocked him back, so
And then it's Green.
Hey, question. Did you subtract the shocked stuff from that guy when I bullet rushed him?
Was it by 5 or more, or
if you exceed it by 5,
okay? So then yes. Well,
So he goes back
it's
under 10.
ability checks, attack
Five.
rolls, saving throws, and skill checks. Not his AC.
yeah,
So it doesn't drop his
affect
AC. So yeah,
It just makes him bad.
it just makes him bad at doing stuff. Okay, and then the blue is moving 10 in the A direction, and he's going to do that, and then forward one more. Now he did. Actually, he's just going to stop after that first one. He's just going to sit on the first one there.
Quaint.
Okay, and then we are at 14. 13.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Here we go.
I gotta book it. Okay, so I have to move C first. So C.
You can move. Yeah, and then you can.
Yeah,
move
and then I
through
can
us.
move. Oh yeah, I can move through you guys.
Or you can try to tumble through enemies.
Ah.
Tumbling. That's 5,
Every day I'm tumbling.
10.
What are these two? Lashunta and
Lashunta and a
Android.
android. It's blue.
Android. Oh,
Android's probably.
Is it a flat check or is it a competing check?
Competing check.
Oh, do it.
Ooh.
Because they're shooken.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, because he's
I'm
shook.
looking at the android. I'm gonna like try and squeeze between him and the wall, just like somersault in between him and the wall.
Okay, as you do this, an attack of opportunity will be provoked from the Lashunta, the green Lashunta. He's going to use his reaction to take an attack against you. You got a -2 there, and he is going to he's totally delayed. He's disoriented from being shoved back. He's trying to rush up there, but you've already passed as he takes a swing and just totally misses you.
The Lashunta?
Yeah, the Lashunta tried to take a swing.
What
And
a
then you are going to
chump.
go ahead and do an acrobatics against this guy's acrobatics here.
Oh.
17.
You're good.
I was like,
And so
oh gosh.
you are
this is
able to
so
squeeze
bad.
between him and the wall.
This is
He's just
terrible
he
roll.
was ready to block, but he's not used to the small Yosoki, and you can tell he didn't spar against his
Yes!
Yosoki.
Oh yeah, because you get a +5.
Yeah,
to
and I get a
tumbling.
+5 to tumbling, so it's a +16.
And so you're able to squeeze past. And so you're gonna need to
Wait,
move
did you
there
roll a
and then
nat
back
one?
behind him, and
Rolled
he's
a
gonna
two.
use his reaction as well to try to take a swing there.
Okay, is that as I'm going past it?
As you exit his square.
Okay, so like here.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, and he. Nope. Just totally was also wasn't expecting pass. By the time he turns around swinging. But by the time he turns around, you're already moving out of the way here.
25, 30, 35, 40.
So we have
Okay.
to put the bull into the goal, basically.
Well, we
Or
have to
can't just
destroy
attack
it.
the- Okay, so we can attack that.
Well, but only with the ball. The ball's the only thing
Oh,
that
it's
hurts
kinda
it.
like
Guys, we
Bruderis.
broke the wall.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was 13.
Yep.
12.
Yeah.
And
12
hit
is
the base.
orange here, and
Yeah.
orange
Yeah.
was going to move
Yeah.
A20, and instead is going to move C10 if you move him in a straight line backwards there. He takes half movement there to move the wrong direction.
Which is
There we go. Oh, yeah, I was going to get a quarter for that because it's a lot easier to put it on. Okay, and then we go to 11. Anyone at 11? 10?
I'm at 11.
You're at
so-
11. All right, go ahead, Commander Cash.
Okay.
Sorry.
Boom,
I just
boom.
wanted to balance it on my head.
show up here,
And then
and
you're
then
gonna attack.
I'm gonna grab one of these suckers. I'm gonna grab the blue one.
Okay,
So I'm
go.
gonna attempt to grapple.
Is that athletics versus athletics or
No, it's an attack roll +8.
just against the AC?
Yeah,
Okay.
KAC
Plus 8.
Yeah, so we'll see. 23.
23 plus 8.
Yeah, KAC +8.
You got him.
Yeah.
Did I exceed it by 5?
Grab him
No.
by his throat.
No, you did
Okay.
not.
I just grab him by just by the shirt. We're gentlemen's game. Let's have a talk. Okay, that's it.
Okay, and then 10, 9. Have all of you guys gone?
Yeah.
Okay, so red here is going to move a 30. Is going to take half his movement to stand up there.
Sure.
And
One,
wait. He's not actually going that way. Sorry, that was
You
his
said A,
declare.
okay.
I did say that. That way. Then 2 more back in the C direction. So he uses the direction he was moving, but quickly sort of arcs his movement,
Sure.
arcs her movement after standing up, and tries to catch up to her friend and draw. Then our goalie here has a chance to move 30 in the B direction, and she is going to instead move just 5 feet in the B. No, B.
B. This way.
Straight up. Boom. There you go. And we are back to declaration here. So closest person to the ball, that's you, Juan.
That's me. I'm on
What
it.
are you gonna do?
Oh.
We don't know. Oh yeah, I'm going to move. Wow, this just became really hard.
Wait, how's it your turn again?
He's just
What does the
declaring
grappled
because
or
he's
pin
closest to the
condition
ball.
do?
Yeah, I'm close.
What was that?
What does the grappled or pin condition do?
Grappled is you cannot move or take two-handed actions, so they couldn't pick up the ball. You take a -2 penalty to AC, most attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, and dex-based skill and ability checks, and you cannot make attacks of opportunity. That's intense.
Dang.
So he's
You should
easy to
remind me
knock
of that.
down right now.
Can
So
you
we could
do it?
trip him.
Oh, you want me to come back and trip him?
Do you have that combat maneuver?
I'm going to.
How do I know if I have it?
I mean, everyone. You have all of them. Just whether it's kind of like your bull rush.
I
You
don't
can-
have improved.
Okay.
I just have.
It's so it'll just be your +5. I don't know if it's worth it or not.
I'm
Probably.
gonna move
It might be better to go and engage with these guys.
Think about engaging.
30 in the C direction.
30 in the C direction.
Yes.
The thing is, he needs damage
Yes.
because he can get the ball there, but he doesn't have much to hit it with.
Can he toss it up and hit it?
Yeah, but it's still like.
Okay,
his
so go ahead and write that
damage
down.
is
30 in the
not
C
large.
direction is a -3.
Like
You're doing
the
anything
most
else.
he's gonna be able to do, I think, is 5 damage,
Oh, but if he can hit it to me.
and that's if he was directly on top of it. He'd hit it for 5 damage.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So move 30 and that's what I'll do.
Okay, awesome.
Cindy-
The next
Cindy came in
closest
clutch.
is Orange here. Orange is going to move in the C direction 30 and take an attack.
How long are they shook?
No, it's just one turn. Per turn.
Is it per turn?
I don't know.
I think it's a minute.
You got to look at it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Is it
never
not a
not.
minute?
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's
It's
nothing.
like glitch.
Nothing's
They
a
are-
minute in that Starfinder. It's like 1d4 rounds. It's like a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, maybe 3.
For 1 round. Plus 1 additional round for every 5 by which your result exceeds the DC, so 3 rounds.
Okay. So I was around once. I have 2 more to go.
Yep. Okay. So he's moving C30, and then he's going to attack. And then we've got next closest is Red here, who's going to move B30. Move B30 and attack. And then we've got Purple here, who's going to move. He's going to move C. B is straight that direction. He's going to move C direction. Purple's move C, and then attack. And then it goes. Sorry, they're all super close to the ball. And then blue is going to attack, which will be what he'll have to do to try to be unhandled. He's going to attack and then move in the.
I don't like getting manhandled.
And then move in the F direction.
What about best candle?
What? Best candle.
30.
Best candle.
Best candle.
And then green is going to
smell like best, or is it for me?
Smells like
is going to move in
Or
the
made by a
C
fest.
direction.
There's so many options.
freshly
They're,
shedded
30
skin.
and
What if it was made by a best, out of best? That's not like best.
sorry, he's going to attack, then move C
Celebrate.
30.
The best.
All right, and then
Celebrate
it
the
is
best.
up to the next closest person.
Best
Cool.
conception.
Little self. Buy
Your
best
jester.
for best.
Buy best.
Whoever has a higher
Spencer.
dex, or higher,
It's
whoever has
Spencer.
a lower perception. Yeah.
Oh, lower perception is.
Yeah.
I am going to move a lot, double movement, or whatever
Or jumping
running is.
that
I'm
guy.
gonna.
Yeah. So you'll take 30 feet each time.
No, 25 feet.
Oh, that just is yours. Okay, so it'll still be the -3 because it's over 20, and you're doing it twice. So full movement there twice. So that's going to be a -6.
Okay. So wait, can I do -30 though? So I'll be able to move my full 50 feet.
You'll be able to move your full 50 feet.
While holding him?
Actually,
No.
that'll only be a -5 because your movement's down like that. It'll only be a -5. So.
Move, and I'm going to go in F.
Okay.
And that's a -5.
Yep, -5 there.
The tank.
Technically, he's grappled till my
Oh.
turn.
Then you let it go.
Can you like throw
Slap
to the
him.
ground?
I thought about that, but I think I need to get into position so he's not alone on that side.
I was
Let's have a talk.
Yeah.
Hey, bye.
Let's have a talk.
I thought you were gonna like turn around and chuck him towards this side.
Yeah, I actually was looking at it. I have no control over. I can't move him at all. Actually, grappled. Yeah, the whole thing is that you're just like holding
Keeping
him there.
them
So it's
from
more like
moving.
I've slammed him against the wall and I'm holding him.
You're not strong enough to do that. I expected more.
I
do
keep
it.
being
Oh,
disappointed with how
throw you
strong
all
he
around.
isn't.
Okay. So who did you guys decide what you're doing? Jester, did you decide what you're doing?
Oh, I could have
What do you got?
repositioned the last turn.
I'm going to sprint off in the F direction.
So same idea. You're using both your full movements there.
Mhm.
Okay. So what is your full movement?
40.
40. So that will be a -8 to your initiative, if you want to do it full both times.
Oh, maybe I'll just do one.
Okay. So -4 if you're moving, and then are you taking any other actions?
I'm going to bull rush.
Bull rush. Oh, so attack.
Bull rush.
So that'll
Attack,
be a -7 total.
Okay.
And then next closest there is Daisy.
Yeah, I'm going to run 30 in the C direction.
Okay, go ahead and write that down. That's going to be a -3. Anything else?
No, just reactions.
Okay. And then we're to Cindy.
Okay. I'm trying to contemplate if I should just do another amplified glitch for you guys.
I would
Hold
jet
off because we
dash
still got
over.
Now we're jet dashing.
because
Okay.
we have they're good for 3 rounds.
Yeah, they're still affected for another 2 rounds.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna jet dash for sure.
So how does that work?
Jet dash works. It just doubles it, right? So what you do is you would take your full movement twice, which is normally 30. You take the normal -6, but because you have jet dash, you're going to move twice as far as
So
that.
you're gonna go 120 feet.
You can go 120 feet for the -6.
How far?
100
Okay, how
each-
far
each
away
one-
is that?
Each one.
I
of
think
us-
you can cross the entire field. Like, I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure you can.
And I'm just running in a straight line, right?
So you have to move like
That's
you could
60
move
feet.
like right here.
That's 60, and then another 60 feet.
Then you can
wherever
move
want.
through her square because you can move through allies, and then just you go wherever
Yeah.
the wind takes you, man.
60 feet is right around.
There's
Okay,
nowhere
so-
in the map you
So
can't
if I was to run over like here,
Oh, but he can't turn corners.
Yeah, he has to basically alternate between 2, right? Because he's supposed to do it in a straight line.
is that what's happening?
Yes, that's true. You
Yeah,
gotta do
so
it in a
have to
straight line.
alternate.
Oh, yeah.
So just because.
Okay, and I can only do that one. I can only jet dash. I can't like do anything. But if you hit the ball at me, I can catch it and then.
That's already decided.
What did you declare?
Just a move.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah. Nobody was there. I was
That's all
like, I
you
don't have
declare.
anybody to hit.
Yeah, but you can declare more
Okay,
than
I'm
you're
just
gonna
gonna
do.
do that then.
Yeah,
Because you can always choose not
You
to
can
do it.
always decide you're not going to do it. You can always say, actually, I'm not going to
have
do it.
to do it.
No, you can.
Like it was.
You
I'm
can
doing
always
this,
bail.
Yeah, I was saying you
and
can,
then you have to do it.
you can cancel it if you don't want to do it. You can't switch it to something else, but you can cancel it.
But you can cancel.
Oh, I didn't.
So you could
If you
move
want, if
and
you
then
want,
say
if
throw.
you want to hit it, you can take an extra -1 there. If you want to hit the ball,
Or if you want to throw the ball.
or if you want to throw the ball.
But you can throw the ball 20 feet.
20 feet.
Throwing the ball is more of a lob up in the air, and that one's a -3, just like attacking. It's a to hit it. It's basically just a poof because the gravity keeps it at that level.
Yeah.
To throw it, you have to and throw it up.
But
So it's a
you're
-3.
guaranteed 20 feet.
It's
But
20 feet.
20 feet unless you roll a really bad attack roll.
Oh, okay. I'll do a throw.
Okay, so that'll just be another -3 to your initiative there. Okay, so you were jet dashing. You took the -6 to your initiative. Everyone, go ahead and roll a d4 because that's everybody, right?
Dang, dude. The D4s
Ugh.
be with me today. I'm moving forward, and I'm attacking, and I got a 13.
With a D4? What's your starting initiative?
Oh,
Oh, you have an improved initiative.
Wait, you said -6.
Oh, that's. I was like, how the heck are you doing so much and still doing that?
Right.
How in the
The
hell?
improved initiative is pretty intense.
How in the hell? Are
Where
you
do
moving?
you get out?
That fast.
Oh god.
You're like a blinding cheetah.
Okay, so we're
Okay,
gonna start
come-
at 20. Does anyone beat 20?
No.
20,
No, I lost all that.
19,
Nope.
18, 17, 16, 15, 14. still Cindy here. All right, Cindy, you are moving really fast.
I don't know how you guys have to move it. I don't know how this.
So each one's 5 feet. So
5,
10,
15,
20,
25,
30,
30,
35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
60.
60.
Uh-oh.
He can just keep going that straight right there. 65,
5,
70.
You just tell me when you want to stop.
They're not gonna attack it.
75, 80.
No, I meant him.
Oh yeah, you can say when. decide when to
80.
stop.
I'm gonna go all the way to this.
85, 90,
95.
95. The goalie's gonna look at you and, but not attack. Put the eyes back on the ball.
That was intense. You
That
knew it
was-
was the right decision.
You
for
were
the
the right
goalie.
person to have in the back there. You just come in as soon as we want.
They're like, oh my god, the goalie just
In a blinding flash of speed, Alpha 6 Cindy scorches across the field.
human
That's
just-
like totally the anime run.
Why do you like like an animal?
Well, I also like,
The weird,
since
like,
you were kind of doing like the
Oh,
sideways
boy.
thing, that's like extra anime.
Yeah, it's like that
Like
dashing to the side.
Dude, dashing side to side. All right.
Freaking horse.
All right, and we are to 13.
Hey.
Oh, all right. A lot of 13s. Okay,
Not
dexterity.
me. Not
14.
me.
14,
16.
16, and your dexterity. Not modifier, but dexterity.
14.
14. All right, you're up.
Aha! It's a me,
You want some wax?
Geronimo.
Yeah. On my donuts, preferably.
Nothing so
Better than the
donuts
sawdust
like
ones.
And then throw to
Yeah, man.
Cindy.
Does not
You
work
wanna
right
do it?
now.
Did you move past anybody?
I did it. I was
No,
like,
I
that
moved
was
around
worth
them.
it.
I
I
did
did
get
the calories. It wasn't tasty.
Okay, you did.
So I
But
wasn't.
I ate two.
All right, and you're throwing to Cindy. So what you need to do, you're aiming for her, I suppose, right? I
Yeah.
assume.
I
Okay.
lock eyes with Cindy.
Okay, so you're aiming for her. What you are going to do is you are going to throw. It goes over the head, so no one has a chance for interceptions or anything like that.
Okay.
And it's what was it, Chris? 5 plus what the AC for this?
Is it intersection? It's just a 5. But it's your melee
I'm throwing
attack.
it to Cindy.
So melee attack, not with the bat, but 5. You're throwing it to Cindy. You
So it's just whatever my
AC
melee
5.
attack
Yeah,
is.
it's whatever
Yeah,
your
you're
thrown
adding-
attack is.
Thrown range. Oh, thrown attack. Okay, I see.
There you go.
Throw an attack.
And so the AC is 5 here.
15.
15. You throw it successfully to Cindy's location. Cindy, go ahead and do an athletics check to see if you can catch it.
Or could she just hit it?
Or you can try to hit it before you roll. You can either hit it or try to catch it.
I'm just gonna hit it into the goal.
All right, so go ahead and roll to hit. It's got no momentum, so you just need a 10. It's just lobbed right down to you.
Oh, so I
Ooh.
rolled this thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like we did in Starfinder.
Make sure he adds his bat.
7.
Adds his bat.
Add your bat
Plus
is going to
three.
be that bat is a +3.
Plus 2.
Plus your melee attack.
Okay,
which is
so
2. So you got a 12.
12.
So you successfully hit it. Roll for damage.
Which
Okay,
is going
this
to
thingy?
be
A 1d4
plus
plus
2
2.
plus your
All right, the
strength.
ball will have momentum again.
So 1d4 plus
Ah!
Plus 2 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, 0.
So 3 damage. You slam it. The crowd goes wild as
As
you
you-
She shouts her own names.
And then I dab.
Okay, so currently the quarter. Where's the quarter? Go ahead and put it under the pylon. We're gonna keep going with initiative because it has moved its movement here. You dealt 3 damage to their thingamabobs. Their pylon.
Man.
You dealt 3 damage to it, and did you have any
Scuts
other? Oh, that was your turn. Did
I
you have
did
any
two
other
of those.
actions?
I feel so
Okay,
good.
so that was 13. Who else was on 13 here?
I was.
Okay, Jess Stern, and you two can decide who goes first.
What? Oh,
So the bowl, or let me just understand. So the bowl is staying at the goal now?
yeah. So
And we just have to
wouldn't it
retrieve it
still
again?
have momentum?
Or would it go
like
back
So
to the
it
middle?
still has momentum. It's going to keep moving as soon as we move
It's
to
gonna
the 13
bounce.
initiative. It's going to bounce in a random direction.
Okay.
And it has 2
Well,
momentum left.
So we're
Hopefully
deciding
it bounces.
who's going. So I have a dex
You.
14.
I got a dex of 14.
You have
Oh,
used
yeah.
your reaction for
Yeah,
this round,
yeah.
so if it
I'm
bounces back
just
at you,
Yeah,
it's just
moving,
going to hit you.
so I'll just move in.
I'm gonna move in bull
I'm
rush.
like, aha!
So go bull rush.
Well,
on
what-
me.
This is a
direction do you have
split
to
second
move?
decision. Who's going first?
Yeah, just pick.
Who's first?
Spencer.
Spencer, go.
All right.
Boom.
Justin. He moves there, and then he moves here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. I'm gonna bull rush that one.
Okay.
Get it, son.
What do I do? Oh, I add 4 to it. Plus
So yeah, your melee attack, which is +5,
1. Oh, so it's
plus-
plus 9.
+9
Okay. Yeah, 21.
to their KAC +8.
21. That hits. Right on.
All right, that's good to know. All right, so then they just go
He gets
5.
knocked 5 feet.
All right. Make sure he's
She gets-
on the hexagon there. Yeah, she gets knocked 5 feet. She's having a rough
Why did I
day.
ever say
And then you're up.
And then I was going
She's freaking getting
30,
wrecked.
she's gonna go
Between the ball
5,
and
10,
Chester.
15.
Hit her on the way up.
Dude, that kind of
Makes you
Get her while she's down.
why is this happening to me?
It makes me want to hit the ball
So much for like human sister.
I'm like,
Get her out of the way.
She's tasted the.
Had a taste of
I
glory.
want to tumble.
no one.
Tumble. Okay, go for it. Acrobatics.
With a +5.
10.
You make it. They rolled really bad. I can't believe it. Just
Okay,
so the
so
audience knows,
that's
she got a
what I
natural
said.
1 there and still made it through the tumble because your Sokis are good at that.
Yeah. Okay, so what was that? I was here 5, 10,
It's
15,
competitive.
20, 25, 30.
We're so.
No, the tumble is competitive.
Okay.
Okay,
Right,
30.
so
And
we're
so,
going against
against
each other's
each other.
acrobatics.
Oh, yeah.
so now it's down. The ball is now going to move in a random direction. It's moving in the 6, so the F direction here.
So it just hits
Hit
Cindy.
Cindy again.
Cindy,
So
hit it.
It's
Cindy.
I have my reaction. I'm done. I get hit now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, she already
I
used her
just-
reaction
I just
to,
get dominated.
because it got tossed to her.
Oh.
She
She's
reacted.
cheering and just gets hit in the back of the head.
If you're lucky, if you're lucky, it'll bounce off you back into the.
Okay, and so now it's
Just
under
back and forth.
Cindy here.
How much momentum did it have?
I'm Rick James.
With because every time it hits someone, it loses half its momentum. It's now 1 momentum here. It bounced off the wall, so it didn't lose any. But then it hit.
Well, it bounced off the pylon.
It was just an R&B.
So it lost half its momentum. Then it bounced off the wall in the F direction.
No, it didn't bounce off the wall. It bounced off him.
The E direction would have hit him straight. It bounced off him because it hit the wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I
right.
see.
Oh.
Ba-boom. So it hit the pylon, ricocheted against the wall, and then came right back at his face. He wasn't ready for it. All right. That was 13. Now we're to.
Yeah!
So this is to 12. This is to 12 now. Anyone on 12?
How many?
No.
We're reading it.
You lost 2. So at 12 now, before it goes to 11, it's going to bounce in a random direction, and so it moves in the A direction 1, and it is now at 0 momentum. It comes to a rest after all that bouncing, directly next to you, in between you and.
I'm gonna take her.
The goalie.
And so we've got 11, 10, 9.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
5,
Cash.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and I want to run into it and use my reaction to hit it.
You're just going to use your reaction now, I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, but if you hit it at me again, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, and
I
I'm
mean, I
just
have
gonna.
stamina points. Just do what you need.
So, Commander Cash is barreling past people, and then he's just like, BAH!
And he is completely left, just sort of nothing else going on. But he does hit it. So it's
and
out of rest.
I'm not using the bat.
You're not using the bat. Okay. So go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah.
AC of 10.
Okay.
Right, because the bat would be less good for you.
Yeah, bat is slightly less good. Oh, 10.
10. He charges across the field, reaches for it, and just nicks it. But it does move. How much damage do you deal?
I'm gonna deal.
I assume you're putting it in towards the pylon, right?
10 damage.
10 damage. The crowd goes wild. Commander Cash joins the scene. The ball is now. The ball was tossed. It looks like a beautiful play. You guys are looking like professionals. The ball's tossed through the air. Cindy bangs it. It hits the pylon, the wall. She headbutts it back to Cash, who slams it into the pylon.
If it didn't work so perfectly, I would have guessed that she'd got a hit.
This whole thing goes down in less than 5 seconds, and the pylon went from full health all the way down to 2, nearing the end. Now, it's
Now, I
the
just
ball.
want everyone to know that was a nick. Eli said I nicked it, so it's like one of those things where it's like,
And that was the lower end.
and like there's the team that's like,
It's like Smash Bros. Brawl, where you like nick someone off the screen and then just
yeah,
go flying.
and it's got the delay.
Yeah, the final smash.
Now, because that was your lower end of damage too, wasn't it?
It's mid damage.
Mid
He's
damage.
like, blue.
He did
Okay,
it.
so is it ricocheting again? Do we need
So,
to roll for that now?
First, we have this thing moving at a
Good.
speed of 3. It's moving
Yeah,
very
it's
fast.
very fast.
You just did a falcon punch on that.
And it's going to hit it for 10 damage. We're going to see what direction it moves with its other 2. It's moving in the 6th direction. Luckily, it does still bounce off. It lost half its momentum. It lost half its momentum when hitting the pylon. So it's down to 4 momentum, bounces off the wall without losing momentum because it's a wall and they're built for bouncing. And it slams into Cindy, who still has no reaction.
No, this time it's more like Cindy.
And you're going to take 4 damage. But this thing is still
This is
moving.
how I always end up. I always end up like almost dying.
It's still got 1 more square to go. And it is going to move. It's going to move in the E direction, so it moves behind Cindy there. And the ball dropped from 10 momentum to 1 in about a second because of the amount of bouncing off of things. Actually, that brings it to a rest because it just bounced off. Yeah. So the ball is now resting directly behind Cindy. Now the enemy team. The enemy team looks in horror as they were planning a very aggressive move and they were repping themselves up, but the entire enemy team has moved before any of them took a shot, and they almost lost their pylon in the thick of it. So now we have
Fish suck.
Blue. Blue is gonna book it all the way 30 feet. Well, nope. Wait, let me see. Blue's going in the A direction, so 15 feet backwards, straight towards the ball. Perfect. Green is going to move. Wasn't the B direction? Nope. Green is also moving straight down 15 feet. So down next to Jester. There you go. And orange is going to move 15 feet, trying to get in between Cash and Dwan here. And then we've got purple, who's
Is that
going.
promote an attack of opportunity?
If you want.
I mean, it would be Juan or Cash.
If you guys want, yes, it would. Them moving next to you. He's not holding the ball, but you can attack
I've
him
already
if you'd
used
like.
my reaction to hit the ball.
Yes, so Dwan, you can hit him if you'd like.
Sure, I'll hit him.
Okay.
Wait, you can't hit him. He doesn't have the ball.
What'd you get to hit?
Or you can trip him.
Yeah.
You said you can trip.
12.
12. That is going to. Who is this? This is orange.
Yep, orange.
12 is going to miss. And so you do a little shot. The screen goes, oh no, just a flail of the hand.
It's like, dang it, I was gonna do.
And then
that
purple is going to tumble through you, Cash. Purple's going to try to tumble through you here. So you need to do an acrobatics here.
Oh,
got it.
where's my
They
acrobat?
got a 22. Yeah, it is against your acrobatics.
A 20.
Oh, wait, purple is
I'm going to 20.
What?
purple's a Yosoki, so it's a 27 actually.
I have a 22.
All right, they got 27. They also rolled a nat 20.
No way.
And there's no natural successes on skill checks. But yeah, you both roll natural 20. There's a weird. The camera zooms in slow as Commander Cash, who just nicked it, seems to do a crazy "no, I got you," but the Yosoki still pulls off a cool twirl right in between your
It's
legs.
like I slam the fist in the ground and he just scurries up it.
No, yeah, no one was expecting how fast he moved, except you. The Yosoki is a boy.
You called her a she earlier.
Oh, sorry, Penny, the red one, is a boy. The Yosoki is a boy. Sorry, Penny's a girl. Yosoki's boy. I'm all over the place. But yeah, you were the only one expecting the Yosoki to juke the way she did. But even with your slam, she was able to scurry up your arms, leap off your back, and move directly on top of it, using a reaction to slam it at Cindy.
Well,
Are
as
you
long as y'all
okay,
kind of get, as long as we don't get.
Dude, this is not a game for human females. Like,
Yeah, like the human females are like, humans are dying.
Penny and Cindy are having a rough go. And to hit, and she misses horrendously there. And then we go to declaring actions here.
Does she still have the ball even though she missed?
She's where the ball is. She hasn't grabbed it.
it.
She has not grabbed the ball.
Oh, so it's just like
She tried to-
hit it.
she tried to punch it.
Yeah, so if you tumbled through, you could use a swift action
She's
to
gonna
just
try
grab
to
the ball.
kill me with it.
If you tumbled through the square. Otherwise, you'd have to get her out of the square.
What if I repositioned her?
Yeah, the ball wouldn't go with her. Okay, so declaring wise, she's going to declare first here. She's going to hit the ball for -1. And then it goes to Cindy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Wait, what's that?
she's hitting the
We're
ball in
declaring
the
action.
B
Oh,
direction.
declaring action. Okay, so if it's coming towards me, then I'm just gonna reactionary hit it into the thingy pylon.
Well,
Do I need to attack her, maybe?
Yeah, Eli.
Sorry, tell me again what you're
Do I
trying
need
to
to
do.
attack her?
In order
The
to
ball's coming to me now, right?
No, the ball is resting. She missed. She's
Okay.
failed to hit it, so it's resting.
so you should try and grab
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
ball.
grab the ball and then throw it at the pylon. And that's gonna be my move.
Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do is okay, yeah. You'll just have to do a trying to think of what it would take to try to grab the ball. No, you can just try to you need to move into her square, so you'd have to tumble. That's what I was saying earlier, sorry. So you have to be in the square with it. What you could do is you could move into the square and then move back, so you can still be in the same position, but you'd have to try to tumble through her to share her 5-foot space.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay,
So it's just a matter of movement, though.
Okay.
So you're gonna move and
Am I
then
good at jumping? I'm not gonna get.
What's your
it's
acrobatics?
your acrobatics here.
I have nothing.
You
I have
have
one.
one.
Yeah, you're not good.
Okay, so what if I just attack her? What can I bull rush her?
Does she count as having the ball right now?
No, but she's standing where
Next
the ball
to
is in a crowd of people.
so-
Can I bull rush her?
Yeah, you can bull rush her to try to shove her out of the square.
Oh yeah, that could work.
And
And
then
so-
you can move towards it and hit.
You can also bull rush, then move. and then use your reaction to
that's
hit.
right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna bull rush her.
So you're going to attack and move, right?
Yeah, attack and move.
Okay, so that's going to be a just move 10 feet. So you're going to get a -4. Then we've got Commander Cash.
Wait, okay, so you're just attacking and moving?
I'm bull rushing, and then
Moving, and then he could
on
use his
top of the
reaction
bull-
if he
on
wanted
top of
to.
the bull, and then my reaction will be hit it at the pylon.
Okay, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move E, and then take the reposition combat
The
or
combat
attack.
maneuver.
Yeah.
So you're going to attack. Okay, so you're moving E and attacking -4. We've got Orange there, who is going to
Hey, what is that?
move
I mean, the last thing right there.
I'm moving.
F.
Move
Gear
F.
boost. Oh,
Orange
so
is
you should
going
be
to-
adding half your strength bonus again to your melee hits. So that
Move
would be
F,
+1.
10
So just add an extra one
and
damage when you hit with melee weapons.
and attack.
It might be
Okay, I think
counter
it's gonna. I think this is about to be done.
Yeah.
And then
Oh yeah. 'cause this
Juan,
doesn't
you're
count,
up.
So yeah, you should
I'm
be doing
going to
1d6 plus 3 plus 3.
So I'll take
Or with the
-2,
bat, 1d4 plus 2
and
plus
then yeah,
Cause I'm a defector.
I will. Wrap up.
Today, you want.
Okay, so
You guys
attacking is
know how
going to
hard it is to do these things, right?
I do, but I can't think of anything else.
be okay. So that's you were moving 20.
20 feet.
So that's a
feet.
-5.
Okay.
The red is going to move F 30 feet and attack.
Hey, excuse you.
Sorry, are you closer? Oh, you are. You are. There's
Yeah.
another square there. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna move 20 feet up.
Okay. Move 20 feet up. Anything else?
Can you choose
Okay.
to wait until someone else's turn?
I am.
The reason I ask is because like I'm slower than everybody, right?
But you, yeah.
But I could potentially move someone, and then someone else could run into the square to grab the ball.
If they wanted to wait till after you did.
Uh,
I would say what you can do, yeah. If you want to take your action instead of canceling it, you can basically say, I'm going to postpone this, and then you can jump in at whatever initiative you would like to do the action.
Sure.
So just as the initiatives go, you can say, now I'm going to do it. Sort of like a ready action there. Yeah, that makes sense. Blue and green are both going to move F 30 and attack.
Pretty sure Justin's closer.
You are. What are you doing, Justin? Sorry, I couldn't see Justin.
I'm going to run. Let's see, each of these are 5, right? So I can move 8 with my normal movement. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
you have 40 movement.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just gonna move 6.
So move 3.
Yeah, move 3.
Move 3, so -3.
Okay.
Then red is actually going to get a +2 to initiative, and she's going to sub. Or sorry, a +4 to initiative, and she's going to sub, and she's gonna basically start to move to click something on her hand to get her out of the game. She wants to be benched.
Penny BB's peacing out.
That was really
Okay,
hard.
so our
Unnecessarily hard.
Skirted a little something.
Oh man,
sorry.
I miscounted last time.
Time for rolls.
No.
Yep. Now everyone roll your d4. Sorry, I forgot you guys haven't done that yet.
Paquet.
Number 4.
No.
Tempted to take improved initiative after this incident.
After this incident.
Okay, so 20, 19, 18, 17. On 17, she is going to basically click something, and things will immediately start to come and levitate her out of the arena because there are no exits.
She's ascending.
16,
She's chosen.
15.
She's
Oh wait.
ascending.
Sorry. I didn't roll. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, D4 there.
D4.
D4. There you go.
No, triangle.
4 sides.
I've been rolling that one roll the whole time, so I'm sorry. 14. I'm 14.
Explains a lot.
Okay. So 15. Did you have a 15 then? Oh, 14.
Well, I've
Oh,
only
wait, I
been
have
rolling
14.
2s and 1s.
14.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, and you're also 14. What's your
I
dexterity?
am also 14.
Oh, I'm 14.
My dexterity is
So
12.
12,
14.
14. Choose. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4,
Oh, wait.
You.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay. Jester.
Go by the wall in case it ricochets.
Yeah,
In case she tries to shoot.
because if she shoots it this way,
And it ricochets up. Towards you.
Well, I declare
Get in that gap.
C.
Because of punching the
But
wall.
now
And then you can
But now
change
you
the
can
direction
do
whatever
whatever
you want. Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
if it goes here, where does it go? Does it go that way? Or
No, it's diagonal, so it'll head straight to Jester in there.
Okay.
It's that wall. Okay, and we've got
Yay.
14. You were also 14.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm bull
I'm also
rushing.
14.
What
You're
am I-
bull rushing, so you're gonna roll a attack against her. You're gonna roll an attack against her, a melee here. A +2. You can choose to do it with your bat if you would like, but it technically isn't legal.
No, okay, so. this
Oh,
time-
you might want. Well,
What am I rolling for attack?
You are rolling, yeah, the
It's
big
minus
D20
one
with
to
a +2.
pylon.
I know we'll
You
get
need
a
a pretty high,
perfect
yeah. Oh, he got a 20!
Yeah,
The AC for the bull rush was 21, and he got a 22. Cindy, crawling, just reaches an arm, just pushes the
Get out of here! And then I run to the bull and reactionary smack it back at the
And he
pylon.
will go and roll for damage here.
This
What
may be
momentum
it.
will
Wait,
we
doesn't
get?
have to hit a 10?
Oh yeah, you have to roll to hit. So yeah, you got to get at
Sorry,
least a
it'll be
10 here. You have a +5.
Oh, no.
19. Cindy smacks the ball. The crowd is roaring as they see the ball move towards the pylon, and we'll see at what speed. Go to roll for damage. You have +2 to whatever damage you roll here. A slip of the hand on the ball rolls it at a surprisingly high speed, throwing it 1, 2 for exactly 2 damage. The red pylon glows red and explodes, and you all are expecting a blast, but you realize it's just a hologram. There's no massive explosion, and this explosion surrounds you and then engulfs the entire field with roaring holographic flames as the crowd goes wild.
Fire.
That almost
Woo!
felt
I like the way this reflects off my scales.
We will end right there with the crowd going wild, yelling, Alpha 6! Cindy!
On guard!
We did it.
All right, there we go.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank
Had a
Thank
good
you.
time.
Yes.
Cindy MVP.